Hola, bienvenidos a Amores Patos. Hi, welcome to Amores Patos. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby. This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
Duck facts,
duck lore,
duck doofenshmirtz,
and DuckTales. Intro.
I have no... I was like, before we started recording, I'm like, how do we never know how to start these?
No.
If there's nothing to sing,
yeah,
we have no clue what to do.
It's either that or you startled me with a joke that makes me really weirdly nervous.
Yeah.
Even though I know nothing bad's gonna happen.
I have no jokes this time.
No. It's a good episode.
It's a good episode. Like, it was part of the whole, like, DuckTales bomb, like it's the big release of episodes that made you kind of forget the episodes that were released. And I mean then there's another DuckTales bomb right after, or 4 months after. That makes it easy for episodes to just get lost.
Yeah, it really did, especially I think these last like three suffered a lot.
This I think Doomsday Vault, Friendship Hates Magic, and then this one.
Yeah, and they're really good episodes.
They're really
but
good.
They suffer because they were, in the shadow of Darkwing.
Because we got Nothing Can Stop Dollar Duck, and that was like, holy shit, and then we got Boom 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 Boom, and then Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are just kind of like lost in the middle. Which sucks, because they're really good.
Yeah.
This one especially.
Yeah, I kept telling, Anna, like, oh, we need to do this and that. And I'm like, oh shit, I keep forgetting we also need to do the Gandra episode.
I can't believe you're fucking joke watch for Gandra Dee that I refuse to acknowledge came true.
Okay, but
and my far more valid Matilda McDuck watch didn't. Very upset.
It was a joke watch because I didn't want to see her horrible little feet. But now she's valid.
She's valid because no character on this show has human feet.
I'm glad.
Thank Christ. Nightmares.
Yeah.
Watch the Big Flub, I guess, if you want to be, if you're a weirdo who wants to see Gandra's feet.
Yeah.
Also, it's a good episode.
It is a good
unrelated
episode.
to that. It's the Big Flub, DuckTales, 1987.
It's the commercial one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, where Fenton creates Pep without really knowing what the fuck it is.
It's just a funny episode in general.
It's very funny.
But, like, I'm like, Gandra. Also, she talks really softly and, like, very, like, she's literally Sandra Dee. Like, that's the joke, but she's also literally Sandra Dee. Yeah. Like, oh my god, Fenton. She doesn't even pronounce it right. It pisses me off.
She doesn't. I mean, I liked her in her intro episode, because she's kind of there.
Yeah. She's like, I would go on a date with you, Fenton. You just never asked.
What? You asked Gandra? Take initiative. Damn. Those are the Fenton introductory episodes.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it the last one, you think, maybe? Where it's like... I think, he has to the last one. That's the... Fuck, what was that one? It was Billionaire Beagle Boys Club. It's the one where they went to outer space.
Yes.
By the way.
Yes, by the way. When Gizmoduck goes to outer space...
along with Launchpad and Scrooge.
Yes. Faces off, like, a giant, like, race of, like...
Robots. Yeah. And with their leader voiced by Frank Welker.
I was waiting for you to say that.
And he beats them through his innate ability of counting. Yeah! I love O.G. Fenton.
Same.
He's sad.
He is.
Very sad. He has mom issues.
Yeah, we were literally the other day, watching some movies, and then afterwards we're like, oh, let's watch some, OG DuckTales. Yeah. We didn't watch DuckTales.
We didn't.
But I was let's watch, My Mother the Psychic, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's the episode where, Fenton's really, really sad about his mom not loving him. Yeah. I was like, Darkwing Duck Bed.
Yeah. We started watching Hot Spells, which I think is, the band episode.
Yes.
And then
it
we
was
got...
too much.
It was a little too much.
Yeah. I think we're not in, like, a mood to really watch it.
No.
Also, like...
So we watched... What did we watch?
Fungus Among Us.
Yes, Fungus Among Us.
Yes.
And then we just had critiques about how Morgana's evil plan could have been more interesting.
Or just the fact that she's done so well in every episode.
Yes, except Justice Ducks.
Yes.
The Just Us, Justice Ducks.
Yes, Just Us, Justice Ducks.
Very strange title. Yeah. She's literally the coolest in every episode.
I love her.
Yeah.
But, yeah, in that episode, it's like, I suddenly don't know how to do powers, and I'm just like, you're doing so well.
Yeah. In every other episode, you're just like, oh shit, that's unlocked. Oh shit, that's a bat. Oh shit, I'm vanishing to thin air.
She's like in the hot spells, she's basically like a TA at a university.
Not even. She's like she went to school there, and then she wrote some dissertation thing, and they're like, oh, come talk about your paper to all of these, like, magic students.
Yeah, and we see her, like, prepping, like, everything that she needs, and Darkwing's not being,
oh my god,
like, supported at all.
Oh my god, no, okay.
This is a hot spell.
Yes. And they're just like, Darkwing Duck, just, because Darkwing has the ailment that a lot of 90s cartoon characters have, which is commitment issues.
Yes.
Like, even Kermit the Frog is not spared.
Yeah, we were talking about
and that's like
that
2012 Kermit the Frog, who was not spared from his commitment issues.
Oh my god.
But, like, in that... Morgana's too good for him.
Yeah.
No joke.
It's like, yeah, I know, like, we joke about that, but also it's not a joke, like...
It's not a joke.
She comes from, like, a powerful family. Like, she herself is, like, a powerful
And then there's also,
woman.
like, weird racism.
Oh, yeah.
Against people who don't have magic, but that's unrelated. It's just weird.
But it's like, you can't even defend Darkwing, because then he goes and he's an asshole
to
her sometimes.
Yeah, and it's like, Darkwing, just,
like,
fuck off.
She's, like, trying to get her stuff together, and he's like, what does it matter? Like, fuck off. And I'm just like, excuse
Jump off a bridge, Darkwing. God. Anyway.
Which weirdly connects to science back in this. Because that whole thing was about how, like, science
like
magic
and magic were like, combined. They have to do calculations to do magic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's interesting. I wish the show was a better vehicle for exploring that.
Yeah.
Not, oh, suddenly the devil is here.
Oh, yeah, the devil is there. Which is why we thought it got banned.
Yeah. I think Goslin makes a literal deal with the devil or something.
You don't want your children to be...
Satan worshippers.
Yeah, but and then again we get like Friendship Hates Magic, in which the children are summoning.
Yeah. Summoning. Okay, this went off topic. All right, so we're
it's ducks, so it was on topic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's true.
Okay.
So we're talking about we're talking for the majority of this is episode 15 of DuckTales, The Dangerous Chemistry of Gandra Dee. Mm-hmm. The story is by Frank Angonis, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Magelhays, and Bob Snow. It was written by Christian Magelhays. The storyboards were by Jean-Sébastien Duclos, Sam King, and Jason Riker. And it was directed by Jason Zurich.
I want to clap, but I'm also sad I broke one of my nails.
I know, your fun Beetlejuice-themed nails.
Yeah.
Oh, God, how did you do that?
I don't know. I just realized it right now. They're, like, peeling.
Yeah.
I hate myself.
No. Our watches.
Yes.
So we tell them McDuck watch is a
Scrooge
no.
didn't even show up in this episode. So.
Oh damn, he didn't. He's mentioned quite a bit because he's omnipresent. Mm-hmm. And Mario Andretti watch.
Well, you got a nice little place here. Only hotel, I'm never stay inside.
I hit myself trying to cover my mouth to laugh. He's here. Okay.
Surprise. Honestly,
the most ironic thing would be if we don't notice him.
That's true. I was legit going to say that. If he shows up like on a television screen or walks in the background and we don't fucking notice.
Yeah.
I don't pay that much attention, to be honest. If he's not blatantly introduced like Foghorn was, I am not going to notice him. And so I'm just going to be like, a week later, be like, Anna, he was in this scene. And I'm just going to like lose my mind.
Like we said it before, he needs to call you out by name.
He does. He has to look at the camera and say, "Hi, I'm Benzino Gasolini."
Anna, you've been waiting for me.
I'm here. Oh my goodness. All right, so DuckTales.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening?
It was a dark and stormy night.
Sure.
We're on top of a building rooftop. There's lightning striking all around.
Okay, there's too much detail. But now it's true. It's like a storm and shit.
Yeah.
And we see a bad guy.
Yes.
Who is literally Doofenshmirtz! Literally Doofenshmirtz. It was confirmed.
Yeah.
Like, I remember watching, I'm like, that's fucking Doofenshmirtz. And it is. It's duck or chicken, whatever, Doofenshmirtz.
Is he a chicken?
I think he is.
He's a chicken, yeah.
He has the hair. And just like, it's literally just Doofenshmirtz made into a bird.
Yeah.
It's great. He's voiced by Tom Kenny.
Oh, shit. I swear Tom Kenny just, like, voices everything and
Literally.
everything.
And then, like, we think, okay, we need, like, a kind of weird side character. Tom Kenny! Come in. He's just waiting outside the door.
Yeah. He's just walking around all of these, like, studios, animation studios.
Just wandering around. They're like, Tom, we need you. He's like,
okay.
It's my time.
Like, if you look at his IMDb page, it's, like, everything.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, nah. All right, so it's...
Yes.
It's atmosphere,
yes.
right? Yeah, and which is like... It's a pun.
Yeah. Yes. It's Dr. Atmosphere.
Yeah, I assume fear, like... Fear.
I think so.
We're in a silly mood today. I think we're drinking boba.
Yeah, if you can hear our stirring. I hate ourselves. I'm gonna hate listening to that.
I mean, remember me opening a bag of Gushers and...
I'm drinking an Earl Grey milk tea.
Thai iced tea.
Yeah, they're good.
I almost choked. It's fine. So what's happening, Faby?
Okay. You don't like me giving too much detail. No, anyway, so it's a standoff, basically. And we can see that Gizmoduck is kind of like struggling to come up with what to say. Yeah. He's like, it's time that I rain on your parade. Like, it's super dramatic. Yeah.
It's like, atmosphere is like, evil speech. Mm-hmm. And it's like lightning, and the atmosphere is like weather wizard.
Yeah.
Who's the Flash villain from DC who controls the weather.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, there's the Superman animated series episode where he and Flash race against each other, mm-hmm. and the villain is Weather Wizard.
Okay.
And they actually made Weather Wizard cool, which is kind of difficult to do considering his name is Weather Wizard. It's also a very good episode of Superman animated series. The Flash is kind of a dick, but in a fun way.
Wait, which Flash is it?
We don't know.
Oh, okay.
I assume it's Wally West Flash because considering it's the same universe as Justice League Unlimited.
Okay.
We never learn who it is. I assume though. Anyway, it's a super dramatic scene, and atmosphere is like evil speech, but Gizmoduck is kind of he's lacking enthusiasm.
Yeah,
he's like, Dr. Atmosphere, it's time to rain on your parade.
Dr. Atmosphere is like, you're not even trying anymore.
And he's like, Doc, that was a lame delivery, even.
Yeah.
Dr. Atmosphere, it's time I rain on your parade.
Huh, you're not even trying anymore.
And Gizmoduck is he's like, I'm sorry, you're just the third weather-based villain I faced this month.
Yeah.
So it's I haven't really had time between everything that I've had to do.
Yeah, he's super busy.
Yeah.
This is we've even seen with 87 Cent Solution, Gizmoduck Fenton is a lot more. He's gotten the hang of this hero thing to the point where he's a much bigger deal than he was.
Yeah.
He's doing public service stuff, he's doing hero stuff, he's doing all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's super busy all the time.
Yeah. And so he's I haven't really had time to re-up my puns. Mm-hmm. So, And then he gets a call.
He gets a call from Huey. And so he's like, hold on a second. To Atmosphere in the middle of the dramatic standoff.
The rain's still pouring.
Yes, the rain is still pouring. It's still super dark. And And he's like, oh, hi, Huey. But then Huey's asking if he wants him to reschedule, like, because apparently they're going to meet up.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, please don't. I need a break.
Yeah. And so that atmosphere is, like, he's, like, starts kind of taking out his device.
Yeah, he's like, you're too busy to tell me how busy you are?
He's all like, oh yeah, Gizmoduck, you are burned out. At that exact moment, like, lightning strikes him. And
he's using his weather control thing to shoot lightning at Gizmoduck. Gizmoduck's like, oh shit, okay, let me just finish this up real quick. Mm-hmm. And just dodges lightning, punch atmosphere, it's done.
Yeah, and you see, like, the little remote thing, like, falls on the ground. Yeah. And it's, like, I like the little action shot of, like, Gizmoduck.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Fun. No, there's really good action in this episode. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, there's always good action in the show. Yeah. It's always really well done. With Gizmoduck, they get to do a lot of fun stuff. Because it's like, robot suit. He's doing stuff. It's always really fun with Gizmoduck, especially. Because with what the suit can do. And this episode definitely has a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. But, so the sun's coming out because the device is done. The stopped the atmosphere. And Gizmoduck is like, it's time to rain on your parade.
That atmosphere is like on the ground, like rolling his eyes, like you already said that.
Yeah, he literally just said that. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And then just picks up atmosphere to take him to jail. And he shoots off in the rockets. Yeah. And the suit's rockets. Mm-hmm.
It's time I rain on your parade.
You literally just said that.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
And so that was a really fun intro. I like the, playing on the, dramatic standoff in the rain. And it's like, there's no, threat. There's no, even though, the scene itself lends all this drama and, heaviness, it's like, it just Gizmoduck being tired. And just being like, I'm sorry, man. He's done this a lot. Yeah, he's going through the motions at this point.
Mm-hmm. Even the villains are like, what's up?
The villain's like, you good?
You good, dude? He's like, no, it's a lot. His burnout, literally not even, the pun intended. Mm-hmm. He's just tired of being Gizmoduck 24/7. Yeah.
Which is a really interesting concept. And I like that the show gets into that. It's not like, it's Gizmoduck now, and it's like, hijinks. Mm-hmm. It's like he's getting, he wants to be Gizmoduck, obviously, but it's getting to a point where he's not allowed to be Fenton anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we see him in this episode, he's been resenting the fact that he can't be Fenton anymore.
And that people only care about him, only see his worth as Gizmoduck. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is really interesting. I love that. Yeah, because you don't normally get stuff like that with superheroes nowadays, or ever. Yeah. Because a lot of superheroes, especially in Marvel movies, one, they don't have secret identities. Yeah. Like Captain America, Iron Man, they're just them. Yeah, yeah. And other heroes, we have, who else? Thor, Hawkeye, who gives a shit. Black Widow, it's characters who, they're not in the public eye. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter for them. Yeah. It's either or. You're either in the public eye and everyone knows, everything about you.
Or you're super, super secret. Yeah. Like Daredevil, who's super, super secret. Mm-hmm. And then, Spider-Man, who's super, super secret. And there's no, yeah. Largely. Spider-Man doesn't... Well, I think it's probably close to what Spider-Man goes through. I think so. Because Spider-Man is revered. People love Spider-Man in New York. Yeah. Less the recent MCU, but older Spider-Man movies and animated series stuff. Mm-hmm. Everyone loves Spider-Man. Yeah. And everyone hates Peter Parker. So it's kind of like that. Yeah.
I was thinking about that carefully. He's a hero. Take him down. I love those movies.
Oh my god. I love that. I watched the third one in theaters in Tijuana. I remember. I remember going to watch it.
Me that he fell asleep, of course. Because in that time, he would always fall asleep in the movie theater. God. And he woke up in the club scene. He's dancing. He was really confused.
Yeah, watching the movie from start to finish, I'm confused.
That movie's a hot mess.
So I think, this is probably the most similar to what Spider-Man goes through. But but with Spider-Man, he wants people to like Peter Parker by telling them he's Spider-Man. Yeah. In this, he wants the opposite. He wants people to look. He wants people to see Fenton. Yeah. He wants people to see Gizmoduck less, which is interesting. Yeah. Because in most things, it'd be Fenton being like, "Oh, I'm Gizmoduck," so people like him.
Mm-hmm. But he's like, no, I'm also I'm Fenton, and I also I'm a scientist, and I want him to also be intrigued by my inventions or whatever it is that he does. Yeah,
so that's interesting. It's a fun, it's a twist on the typical kind of burnout with a superhero. Like I think Spider-Man is the best example of it because his secret identity is core to the character. Yeah, whereas Peter Parker is bullied and a loser and all that stuff. While Spider-Man, everyone loves him and he's awesome. Yeah. So that's interesting. That instead of wanting everyone to know he's Gizmoduck, he wants people to see Gizmoduck less. Yeah.
Yeah. And we see that he's taking out the kids in, a science.
Yeah, they're just, meeting up. Yeah. Doing fun stuff. They're meeting at a...
It's like an electronics store.
It's an electronics store, yeah. It's Huey and Webby.
Yes. So Webby's where's this friend? Which I'm it's not even Fenton, the friends.
Yeah, it's you don't know who... I mean... He knows who she is. He writes her name down in a second. Come on, Webby.
So, he's he's just, Fenton's very busy.
He's really busy working in robotics.
And then we see, Gizmoduck fly over. He, lands in an alley.
There's various crashing noises. A cat runs out. Classic cartoon.
I love it.
Stuff. And it's, all these robotic noises. Yeah. And then Fenton kind of stumbles out of the alley with a giant fucking duffel bag that he's dragging behind him. He's like, hey guys, I'm here.
Sorry I'm late. And then Huey's attempt to
he's madly trying to save face. Yeah. Definitely making it worse.
He's like, oh, Fenton, you just missed the Gizmoduck flyby.
Yeah, while you were just climbing out of that alley.
And Webby's like, oh my god, you're Gizmoduck. And I love her question. She obviously introduces herself. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh my god, does your suit have a toilet? Which I'm the real question.
Oh, awful.
You're Gizmoduck!
Huey, I didn't say anything.
Hi, I'm Webby. Nice to see you. Does your suit have a toilet?
And Ben's like, Huey! I didn't tell her. Yeah. And I like that we've seen in a second that his secret identity is literally a joke. Mm-hmm. He has a notebook with people who know I'm Gizmoduck written down and listed.
Yeah, so it's Gyro, Launchpad, Dewey, Huey, Peaks, Scrooge, the mailman, the dry cleaner, that barista at Starbucks, everyone who lives on my block. And now Webby.
Everyone but his mom, as far as he knows. But I love that, because, especially original Fenton. Mm-hmm. He was a dumbass. I love Fenton, but he wasn't smart. His counting thing was just, an innate thing he had. Yeah. He wasn't, a smart person, though. No. And everybody in the world should have known his identity.
He had frozen assets, in which he literally, his plan was to... Yeah. Well, he first liquidized the assets.
Yes, okay, so... Scrooge said he wanted to make his money liquid. Yes. Which Fenton took to mean he wanted all of his money dumped in a lake or in a body of water, which he did. And Scrooge is like, you fucking ignoramus. I'm gonna kill you.
He had already threatened him with a gun earlier.
He did.
And so Fenton's plan, like, yes. Because the money gets stolen, right?
No, the bin gets stolen, but the money's all in the lake. Yeah. So they're cool. They're fine.
Then to get it out, their plan is to freeze the lake.
Yes, and then get a giant claw thing to pick it up, this ginormous lake, pick it up, move it somewhere, and then slowly thaw it out with a pickaxe and shit, and take out every bill and coin and put it in the newly restored money bin. Yes. And it
works! Launchpad gets a bunch of his, aviator friends to help him, right?
For something. It might just be Launchpad, I don't know.
I think it's a couple of them.
I remember there were giant fans. They freeze the lake somehow.
Freeze the lake. There's that gag again with,
the shopping mall collapsing. Oh, God!
That too! No,
oh, yes, the funniest gag in DuckTales, probably. It was the second episode I'd ever shown the original DuckTales. It was just Fenton looking through binoculars, right?
I think it was both of them.
Yeah, but only Fenton. So they're both looking through binoculars at something, and we keep panning back and forth to them. Mm-hmm. And every time we pan back to Fenton, the binoculars have gotten comically bigger. Yes. Until they are 20 feet long and
like
5 feet. They're on the water.
Yeah.
Like they're like 5 feet wide each lens, and there's no acknowledgement, no explanation. It is the funniest thing. I never noticed it until I was watching with you. We were losing our minds. Oh my god! Watch. You have to watch it. It's Frozen Assets.
It's Frozen Assets because they keep going back and forth between like the plan, I guess, of trying to get the plan together.
Panning back, and every time we go back, the binoculars are bigger.
No one says anything.
Nobody says anything. It's the stupidest thing. It's so good. Definitely the best visual gag DuckTales has done. Maybe like second best would be the tea ride in that in their fake Disneyland. That just the tea bags. Remember, everyone goes and rides in tea bags, and they get dumped in like giant teacups full of tea. It's hilarious. Not commented on either. They're just saying they're going on the teacup ride, and then that's what that ride is. So bizarre.
I love it.
Some of the best ones.
Oh yeah, those are probably some of the first ones you showed me, right?
Yeah. The teacup one, sadly, is the Robotica episode.
Oh yeah.
Metal Attraction. Sadly. Anyway, with this, so in original series, Fenton, everybody should have known his identity. Mm-hmm. Straight up, everybody should have known.
Yeah.
He was the biggest dumbass.
He misplaced the suit
a lot. So many people wore the suit that weren't him.
Yeah.
Well, the time with Launchpad was not his fault. Okay. Because Launchpad literally just straight up says blathering blatherskite on television, and the suit gets pulled to him.
Yeah.
Then his mom gets the suit. He loses the suit somehow and has to become Garbage Duck.
That's the same one.
Is this when his mom shrinks the suit in the wash?
Yes.
And then the kids each become Gizmoduck?
Yeah, the kids are doing like a metal can collection.
Yes.
And so they take the suit by accident. Yes. And then they end up with the suit.
Yes.
And for some reason they keep saying blathering blatherskite, even though they've never said that in their whole entire lives. Oh wait, it's because since they got shorter.
Yeah.
The code was shorter as well.
Oh, that's right. It was just like
it was blathering.
Yeah, it was blathering and then make him like blah or something.
Yeah, because it was like, Webby, stop your blathering. Yeah. And then that made them each get it, and then eventually Webby gets it as well. Yeah. Like, Mama got it at one point.
That was maybe the psychic episode where she gets it.
I think so, yeah.
She wears the suit at some point, too. Well, in the first episode, Floating Full Metal Duck, she gets the suit, too. Right? Yes. I think she puts it on, but something... There's more than one episode where she puts the suit on.
Yeah. Did she get it in The Big Flub?
No.
Oh, that's just the house falling down. Scrooge is in that episode.
Yeah, he is.
Doesn't acknowledge the fact that him and Mama dated.
They definitely dated when he's in Blue Collar Scrooge when he lost his memory and thought he was homeless. Weird episode. Love Blue Collar Scrooge, but that was weird.
It ends with, like, them going on a date.
Yeah! And then it's never mentioned again. Okay.
I suppose this means you won't be coming back to the trailer with me.
Are you joking? With ginger snaps like about to recover from amnesia on the young and the featherless? I wouldn't have missed it. Let's go.
He has the rare occurrence of Scrooge being a nice person for almost the entire thing because he has amnesia.
He also very much says "fuck Scrooge."
He does, yeah. Anyway, so original series Fenton. Everybody should have known his identity.
Yeah,
everybody, because he was the worst. And so I love in this. He's terrible at keeping the secret. Like the first 5 names are from his first time putting the suit on. Like, and one of them is a supervillain.
Yeah, like.
And 2 of them are children.
He's so bad at it.
He's awful at keeping it secret, which is hilarious. Like in the barista at Starducks.
Like why?
How?
I think he just gave out his name.
Yeah, right? Like he went in as Fenton. He's like, yeah, for Gizmoduck. He's like, oh shit. Forget I said that. And the mailman, did he just like leave the house in the suit?
I'm pretty sure.
He's like, oh fuck. The dry cleaner.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone who lives on my block.
It's like, why does he think his mom still doesn't know?
Yeah.
Because in this episode, he still doesn't know.
Yes,
that his mom
he definitely thinks she doesn't know. It's like, oh, Fenton, you can't keep a secret, dog. You can't.
Like, she probably saw the suit in your room, like.
She pulled him out of the water when it blew up on him.
Yeah.
Like, she knows it's you. I thought she knew from that point. I thought it was like implied that she knew.
Yeah, I thought so. I think it is.
It
implied.
is,
It's
yeah,
just
but
that he
just
doesn't.
not to him. Alright, enough about calling Fenton an idiot.
We love him.
We love him.
You guys know that.
And when we're calling OG Fenton an idiot.
Yes.
And this one, he's just bad at keeping a secret. Anyway. So Fenton's talking, he's like, okay, it's cool, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm gonna have a chill day doing science for me.
Yeah. I love it. He's like, he's making like a sort of dramatic speech about, like peeling back the veil of the unknown to making a new discovery that's revolutionary and all of that. It's like, so that I'll be remembered as much more than
just Gizmoduck.
Yeah.
He's talking about how he wants people to know him for Fenton.
Yeah.
People that he doesn't want Gizmoduck to be the only thing people know him as.
Mm-hmm. And so we see, like, as they're walking into this electronics store, a bunch of TVs are playing, like, different news sources.
And they're all about Gizmoduck. All about him saving the day from atmosphere and just in general, people loving Gizmoduck.
Yeah.
Which is a nice change, considering, like, his first episode, everyone's like, who's this fucking dumbass who destroyed the fucking bank? So it just definitely just like a indication of how much he's progressed. That the city loves him, but he himself is like, oh god, okay.
It's exhausting.
I love that we hear when he comes in and the day is saved thanks to Gizmoduck, which is a fun.
And so once again, the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls.
It's a Powerpuff Girls reference.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I watch Powerpuff Girls all the fucking time. Love Powerpuff Girls. I had 3 huge plushes of them that we got in Mexico.
Aww.
And they were the shit. They were like 4 feet long. I'm not joking. They were great. And then we got rid of them because you just stuff happens.
Lose, yeah.
And my mom every so often will be like, why do we get rid of those? I'm like, I don't know, Mom. I was like 5. It's on you.
That was me with my I had like a 2 feet tall Speedy Gonzalez plush.
Oh,
it was
dog!
really well made.
Yeah.
And it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, my parents didn't like us having like really, really big stuffed animals. Like we also had like a 4 feet tall like Winnie the Pooh in a raincoat.
Oh shit.
That my brother and I used to literally like ride as like a boat
Yeah.
and like ride him all around the house. But then we went to Mexico for like a vacation, and when we came back, he would mysteriously be gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I cried a lot about that. I love stuffed animals. I still do.
Yeah, I mean,
And so, like, but I'm like, that's Speedy Gonzalez. I'm like, Mom, it could have been worth so much money. It was so well made.
yeah. But, as we see all these news things, they're playing Gizmoduck news.
Yeah.
It's like a update on Gizmoduck. It's, Gizmoduck bursts onto the scene, masked cyborg, steals hearts. It's cute.
Damn.
But it's like Fenton's worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. So it's disappointing.
Yeah. And so, like, I like Huey's very, like, concerned about Fenton's well-being. He's like, like, he tells Webby, like, oh, poor Fenton, he's, like, worn out about saving the day every single day. And Webby's like, she's all very dramatically, she's like, the tragic hero that cares about everyone except himself.
Yeah. So yeah, it is kind of sad.
Yeah.
We say he tries to ask a
employee.
Jeez, I am one. He tries to ask an employee for birefringent beam splitters.
Yes.
Whatever that is.
I don't know either.
Whatever.
I'm not physics.
Yeah, I don't know. And the guy just kind of keeps walking, which is a mood. It's like, okay. You didn't hear me. Never mind. I'm gonna pretend I did not speak. I'm gonna walk somewhere else. But we'll see someone else answers.
She's a chicken?
Chicken.
Someone said goose.
Oh god, no. Chicken, right?
I thought she was a chicken, but someone said goose.
Well, because she has like the same head shape as like Gyro and stuff. And like...
So is it
like,
a goose? A chicken? Chicken. Okay, I believe chicken.
Because I think, have we seen geese? I don't think we goose, because...
we have. Wait, but isn't,
No, she's a chicken in the original.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always assume she's a chicken.
Me too. But I read somewhere that
I don't give a shit about that. Original series, she's a chicken.
Okay. She's chicken then. She's like really cool. She has like a short bob.
Yeah.
That's like choppy.
Yeah.
Wearing headphones, black top, like a gray sweatshirt. Yeah. And
I like that it's like really casual.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, and black fingerless gloves.
Yes. I was about to say, don't put your head on the desk in defeat.
Well, there's the actual reason she has them,
Yes.
so I'm like, okay, fine.
Wait.
What?
Oh yeah, I saw someone in line for something and he had full-blown fingerless gloves and I was like...
Was I there?
I think you were.
I think I was.
Yeah, we were doing something together and then we passed by and I was kind of like low-key like, you do you. I would have said you do you, except he was also wearing a fedora. So
no. Not valid. But I like her design, because... I mean, so it's Gandra.
Yes.
Because comparing her design to the original series, she's, I mean, padded, the blazer, like 80s businesswoman outfit, which isn't bad.
Yeah. She's also very curvy.
Yes, I mean, that's not great.
We've said literally before, she is a woman with a beak on her face.
Yeah,
she very much is.
She is. That's the worst. But her outfit was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was the 80s. But Gandra's outfit currently is really casual and not something we, I think, normally see from female characters. I mean, in general.
Yeah. It's very like...
She's literally like in sweats and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
With like a hoodie wrapped around her waist. And she just keeps that outfit on even when she goes on a date later.
I love it.
Respect. Wants to be comfy. And she's voiced by Jamila Jamil. Mm-hmm. Without the British accent, which surprised me when I first heard it. I'm like, oh... American accent. Okay.
I love her. She's great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she's like, oh, my notes got confusing here because I was using GD for Gizmoduck.
Oh, God.
And Gandra Dee as
well.
So I was like, oh, crap.
Did you do Fenton?
I did. Like, that's when I changed it.
Okay, yeah.
So she's like, like beam splitters, huh? Like, she's like cubic or dichromic mirror. And Fenton's like a little shocked, like,
yeah, he's like, you know about that?
Yeah, and she's like, yes, because I'm a scientist.
Yeah, she's like...
Excuse me, I'm looking for your latest birefringent beam splitters?
Beam splitters, huh? Cubic or dichroic mirror?
Huh? You know about dichroic mirror splitters?
Yes, because I'm a scientist.
How would you describe her attitude? Kind of belligerent?
Yes.
A little bit.
I feel like she's very down to fight.
Yeah. Like... Even the slightest, maybe even chance, maybe of insult, she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, I'm sorry. She's like, I would open the door for her, and I feel like she would say something to me. And
yeah.
I'm like, I was just in front of you, and I didn't want the door to hit your face. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we see that she has like a bit of an attitude.
Yeah.
Because Fenn's like, oh, I'm a scientist too for McDuck Enterprise. And she's like, oh, sellout science.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, okay.
My note's rude.
Yeah, she's right off the bat.
She's like, oh, you're like pushing pencils, wearing a suit, brainstorming ideas like the next Gizmoduck, as if we need another one of that guy.
Yeah, calls him a show-off.
Yeah. And she's like encroaching upon Fenton.
Yeah. And we see the kids are like, and Fenton are like, oh, all right, just strong opinions on Gizmoduck. And Fenn's then like, oh, then what do you do then?
Yeah.
Like not defending Gizmoduck, which is interesting. He's like, not even. He's like, okay, anyway.
So what do you do?
Yeah.
And she's like, I shatter expectations.
Yeah, she's very vague.
Yes.
So doesn't actually say what the fuck she does, or if she has a lab, or if she works for anyone.
Yeah.
So very vague.
And we see her that she gets like her phone rings, but she immediately like ignores it.
Yeah, she gets annoyed. She sees it and like pushes ignore or whatever and puts it away.
Oh, sellout science, pushing pencils, wearing a suit, brainstorming that next Gizmoduck. Like we need more of that show off.
Wait, what is it you do?
Shatter expectations?
Ugh. And she continues to say she has no limits.
Yeah,
no
she doesn't
rules.
She doesn't kiss up to zillionaires.
Yeah.
She works for herself.
Yeah, which is hard to do in the scientific field.
And she doesn't do that.
She doesn't do that.
She's a huge hypocrite.
Yeah. But we love
I like her a lot.
Yeah, I was saying.
Yeah, we're going to get into that more. She's interesting, and I'm excited for the show to explore her more.
Yeah, I was telling Anna, I'm like, Anna, it's really hard to be a scientist with no rules. All science is rules. Like, oh my god, I'll say it later.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, so it's like kind of like Fenton's really trying to be really kind and nice.
Yeah.
And she's very like...
She's like getting in his face. Yeah. He's like, oh, well, it's like, well, no, I've been working on something like really
pretty cool.
dangerous and cool.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I just need to crack the equation. He's like, but it's still very, very dangerous.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working on my own project that's pretty neat. I haven't quite cracked the equation, but it's still very dangerous. The most dangerous kind of neat.
And he like growls.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no. He's flirting. Yeah. Or attempting to. And we see Webby and Huey off to the side. And Webby's like, what's happening here? Are they fighting?
No, because before that, Gandra's all like, all right, because she calls him Sue. He's like, all right, Sue, like, if you're really doing hard science, then show me your lab.
Yeah.
And Fenton's like, gets a little nervous.
He's like, yes, the lab. That is mine. That I do science in. I definitely can show you that.
He's like, I'll pick you up at 7.
Yes.
So Webby's like, they're off in the back, and she's like, are they fighting?
Yeah, she's like, Fenton looks kind of sweaty.
Yeah. Huey goes on to get the...
Junior Witch Guidebook.
Yes. And he's like, like, this is the standard romantic courting between adults.
Yeah.
It's like
the meet cute.
The meet cute. He's like, like, he's anxious perspiration. He's like really intense eye contact.
Yeah. All they need is the
awkward
yet adorable accident.
Yes. In which we see that as Fenton's trying to like get like her number, he like manages to completely collapse like a tower.
Yeah, he knocks over a stand.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh shit. And Huey's very excited. He's like, oh, love is in the air. Oh my god.
Aww.
And we see Gandra takes his phone and types her number in. Mm-hmm. And she puts the little scientist emoji.
Yeah, that's
which is cute. And it's like a little duck scientist.
I love it.
It's very cute.
My phone doesn't allow me to put emojis next to people's names.
I'm sorry.
It makes me sad. Yeah.
I can.
I know. So I was giving my number to someone, and then they were like, "Oh, I can't put an emoji." I'm like, "Yeah, you can."
It's like, I'm sorry. I just recently got a new phone after 5 years, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a new phone. I can take nice pictures.
Oh my god, yes.
I had an iPhone 6 for 5 years. God, it was such a shitty phone.
In its final days, it was causing so much trouble.
It crapped out in the last week. I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm getting a new phone. All my technology was failing at the same time.
There was like a couple of days where you didn't text me, and I was like, oh, like, is something wrong? And you're like, I had to delete everything off my phone. I was like, oh shit.
I had to restart it. Like, I had to reset it completely. I lost everything on there. Mm-hmm. It was great. I lost a lot of passwords.
Oh no! To things that you never even remember the password to anymore. Rip.
Literally anything. I don't remember the password to anything. I have them like automatically saved, and I'm like, I'm fucked if anything happens again. I don't learn.
So we go into Fenton's room.
Yeah.
In which we first get like a shot of the TV's on and Roxanne's showing like an ad.
Yeah. It's talking about the Waddle Watch. Mm-hmm. And then she's like, and then Gizmoduck showed up also. And it's just interesting that Gizmoduck is constantly on the news.
Yeah.
And he's a big deal. Everybody loves him.
Yeah.
So that's fun. But also, like, he's fucking sick of it. And we see his room, which I really liked. Mm-hmm. Like, just the detail that went into it.
Yeah.
Like, he has, I think, like an NES, some sort of video game thing plugged in there behind him.
He has, like, molecule structures.
Yeah, yeah. And, like, I like that his room is, I mean, I don't know, I like how they did it. It's not, like, I don't know, like, it's not kiddish, even though he's still living with his mom.
Yeah, it has, like posters up and stuff, a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, it's definitely a mess. There's, like, pep cans all over the place. But, like, there's, like, one wall that's, like, stars.
Yeah.
Like a, I don't know, poster painted thing.
Mm-hmm. And another poster that looks like beets.
It does look like beets.
But, oh my god, I saw a church, and the logo looked like the
That's right!
logo. Like, you were driving, and I was like, that logo looks like the Beats logo, and it's a church. But yeah, it's like really cute. Like Webby's sitting on his bed, like
because he's trying to ask like what he should wear. He's like a yellow shirt or a yellow shirt, and she's telling him he should wear something fancy or like a tux or a cloak. And I'm like, Webby knows what's up.
And Fenton's all like, I have a lab coat.
Yeah. And we see Huey's trying to be all like, no, he's like, what you need is to like, I forgot what he said.
You need a dress to impress.
Yeah.
And he's like playing around with like a DNA molecule.
And he like pokes it and it falls apart.
Which I love.
Yeah.
So, the yellow or the yellow?
You need something more formal, like a tux. Oh, or a fancy cloak.
I have a lab coat.
You have to dress to impress.
I love the bar detail on the window.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a very Latinx household.
Yeah. Fenton's telling them we need to keep it chill. It's not a date.
Yeah.
Like it can potentially blossom into something like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
it could be a loving relationship that lasts a lifetime. And
yeah.
He's like, oh, shit.
He's like, but I don't want to come on too strong, so not a date.
Yeah. And he's like, I love your little friendship. Because he's telling Fenton, like, a night of romance is what you really need to, like, break up everything that's going
and,
on.
like, be yourself. Not just be Gizmoduck again.
Yeah. And Webby, he's like, well, if anything happens, you can just reveal that you're Gizmoduck. Yeah. And Fenton's like,
God, no. Because she puts the helmet on, he just yanks it right back off, like, no, not gonna happen. No. He's like, I'm gonna do this with no Gizmoduck.
Mm-hmm. And he puts it, like, back in the duffel bag.
Yeah. Well, he holds on to it for a second. Because you see that, because Huey's like, it's like, don't worry, like, that he and Webby will make everything perfect for his date.
And at that moment, Mama, like, opens the door.
She bursts in, like, did I hear something about a date? For my son, who I love? And they, like, stuff the Gizmoduck helmet back in the duffel bag and, like, very casually just throw themselves on the floor around it.
Yeah. Like, hand on your chin.
Yeah, like, oh, what's up? Lying on the ground in this totally natural position.
And so Fenton's like, no, like, it's not a date. It's just, like, a lab session between peers.
Yeah. He's like, and I should be myself, right?
Mm-hmm. And she's, no. Never be yourself. Not on the first date, not ever. Like, be the best version of yourself. Which is, like, a kind of good advice, but also...
Can be taken the wrong way.
Yeah. And she leaves, and she immediately comes back and gives him, like, a white suit.
Yeah, it's it's an 80s suit. It's it's from Miami Vice or something.
Oh, is it?
It's like a play on something, some 80s show. I'm gonna say Miami Vice. I may be wrong. I don't feel like looking it up.
No,
we'll never know. I'm too lazy to look it up. I'm gonna say Miami Vice. I looked it up vaguely earlier.
I don't know.
It might be Miami Vice. Is that from the 80s?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I wasn't born.
I don't know. It's a white 80s suit thing.
Yeah, it has like the shoulder pads.
Yes, the shoulder pads are very important. And a purple shirt, which is nice. And Officer Cabrera, Mama, tells him that this was his dad's.
Yeah, and that she's been saving it for like a special occasion.
Yeah. And she has, I guess, not been keeping up with the times in that nobody wears that anymore.
But she tells him to like have a good date,
and it implying that Fenn's dad is dead.
Yes.
So not a deadbeat here who abandoned them. Like
say it so I can put the audio in.
Do I need to say it? You just put it in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's first episode. I think Liquid Assets.
Yes.
Where Fenton's like, oh no, it's Full Metal Duck when he comes back in the Gizmo suit.
Yeah.
Comes back in the Gizmo suit. He's like, Mama, look. I'm a somebody. I'm a superhero or whatever. And his mom is like, oh, something. I'm so proud or something. Your dad thought I was worthless. Or said. I don't remember.
Mama, the remote control. Look what you did.
Too bad your father didn't see this. He thought I was worthless.
But it's fucked. And we didn't get it the first time we watched.
Yeah.
It was rewatching at some point that we're like, what the hell? It's just an aside that is not brought up or mentioned or commented on ever. And I'm like, DuckTales 1987 writers. What the hell? What is this implication that Fenton's dad abandoned them?
Yeah. And like, like, Mama has never recovered.
Yeah!
Because she doesn't leave her house, really.
She doesn't leave the house. She never wears anything that's not a robe, and her hair and hairnets.
Yeah. Like, I feel bad for her.
I feel so bad for her. Like, Fenton almost kind of tries to be like, take care of yourself, but it just comes off as really condescending and ordering her around.
Yeah, he's like, put on something nice. We're gonna go out tonight. Yeah. And she's like, Fenton,
she needs a therapist. God, get her a spa day. Jesus. Something. You have 2 paychecks, Fenton.
Yeah, move her out of the trailer, if anything.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Rip.
I know. 1987.
But then,
anyway,
this Mama goes on to say, she's like, oh, and
superior
by the way,
in every way.
Yes. And she's like, oh, and by the way, if that girl breaks your heart, I'll hunt her down and dismantle her life.
Piece by piece. Have fun.
Have a nice time, pollito. Oh, and if that girl breaks your heart, I will personally hunt her down and dismantle her life, piece by piece.
She gives him like a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like, have a good time.
Fear.
Yeah.
Fear in Huey, Fenton and Webby's face.
Yeah. Because they're like, oh fuck, she's serious. She will kill Whispers. She'll frame them for murder.
Oh my God, she has the power. So then, Launchpad is driving Fenton.
Because I guess Fenton doesn't have a car.
No.
He's Gizmoduck. the most revered superhero in the city, the only one. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, everybody knows and adores him, and he does not have a car. Mm-mm. He has to call up his boss's driver to be like, hey, can you give me a ride? On my not date?
Yeah. So this Launchpad goes on to say, like, being like, so what's the big date, you know? And Fenton's like, it's not a date.
Not a date.
He's like, Launchpad's like,
of course. He's like, but it'd be good to see you find that special someone. Mm-hmm. He's like, and they can be many things.
Oh my God. Okay, so this part kills me because he goes on to say,
they could be
a friend, a confidant, a deadly ninja, a mermaid, a wereduck, or even a clone of yourself. Or
talking cloud of energy that one time. He keeps talking and Fenton's like, as he parks on the curb, Fenton's like, I'm gonna kind of just get out of the car now.
If I would have been Fenton, I'd be like, wait. So, let's go back. Yeah, the word of, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, clone? Did Launchpad
I wanna run away.
Did Launchpad fuck his own clone? Yes!
There was a meme that goes around with every fandom that's all like, would you fuck your own clone? And it's like every character's answers, and it's like, for Launchpad, it's very accurate.
It's yes! He would! Oh my God.
Also,
funny.
Further confirmation that Launchpad isn't straight.
Oh yeah, that too! I hate this so much. But yeah, I mean, it's confirmation that Launchpad is almost certainly bi.
Mm-hmm. We also got fan art from Sam King.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Sam King.
We were in debt.
Yes, you're in debt. Because the wereduck is non-binary, right? The wereduck, and then the Viking shield maiden was like a pig. Mm-hmm. And we saw a clone of Launchpad as like a smaller version of Launchpad.
We have fun here.
We do.
We almost choke.
Oh, you did. I just started to slowly die as I ran out of oxygen.
So, what's this big date?
It's not a date.
Right, of course. But if it was, I'd say it's good to see you find that special someone. And that someone can be many things. A friend, a confidant, a deadly ninja, a forbidden mermaid, a wereduck, a clone of yourself, a Viking shield maiden, a talking cloud of energy that one time.
Yeah.
Sorry, just read ahead of my notes. No.
And so Fenton kind of climbs out while Launchpad's talking.
Reminiscing.
Yes. And to meet Gandra, he's like, what did he say, like salutations or something?
I didn't write that down. But she's immediately critical.
Yeah,
of him.
she's like,
She's like, a nice suit.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're totally the bad boy of science.
Yeah. I love that he wore it, too.
Yeah.
Like, his mom's like, here, this was your dad's. And he's like,
Okay. It's like if you give someone your costume of, like, the Dumb and Dumber suits. Like that orange and blue. It's like, okay.
Terrible. And Launchpad's like, alright, I'll have you at your date in no time.
Mm-hmm. And, like, Fenton's immediately like, oh,
he's like, oh, shit. And he's quickly trying to reassure Gandra, like, it doesn't have to be a date.
Yeah. Like, no pressure to be a date.
He's like, oh, I want it to be what you want it to be. He's like, we're at two minds melding.
And then everyone, including me, was like, oh.
Yeah, like, Launchpad's like, oof, woof. And he turns the radio on to help ease the awkwardness. And it's immediately It's a Date song. I love that song. It's really catchy. Yeah. I like it a lot. I like that only Gizmoduck Fenton gets the fun songs in his episodes.
Yeah.
No, we can't be. I mean, I want it to be what you want it to be. We're just two minds melding.
Woof.
It's a date. Don't let him trick you, no.
But, so yeah, they go to McDuck. Fuck, where do they go? Money bin. They go to the money bin.
McDuck fuck.
Yeah. So they go to the money bin because they're going to the lab.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
And she's on her phone.
She's on her phone almost the entire time.
Yeah.
Like, she gets in the car on her phone. They're in the elevator, she's on her phone. And Alexa, we see them in the elevator writing down, and we see the reflection in the elevator doors, which is fun. It was a fun little thing. Instead of just, oh, look, it's them. It was a nice animation detail to have we're seeing their reflection.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Yes. It's nice. I appreciate it. Because, and Fen's telling her, like, oh, my intern should be prepping the lab right now.
Yeah.
And it's a very professional work environment.
And so we open the elevator doors, and the like, Italian decor is set. It's very romantic.
It is. We have, like, there's the
picnic.
It's like, there's like a table with, like, a picnic pattern, or it's the, like, Italian kind of, plaid thing.
Yeah,
the
thing.
red.
And there's
tablecloth. There's
what they're called.
It's like not walls, but like,
oh my god,
kind of like folding doors or something. Like, right? Like there's divider things. But like they're like, it's like the netting when it's red, and there's like hearts strung up. There's leaves and like potted plants. Yeah. It's very atmospheric.
And then we see like in the window behind them is like obviously the ocean because they're underground. It's very pretty.
It is nice.
Little bulb is a lamp.
Yes, he's the lamp. He gets underneath the lampshade.
He just wanted to be involved.
I mean, honestly, he and Manny just go with it. Yeah. They're like nothing's blowing up, so chill.
I keep feeling like I love that Manny is just a thing.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely love how involved he is in everything. And
it's just like he's just there. Mm-hmm. He's just vibing.
So, we have, why did I write Dewey in my notes? It's Huey.
Jesus, Dewey's not here. Get that out of here. Dewey is not present.
So, it's Huey doing a really bad Italian accent that I'm not going to imitate.
No. And then, because I love, this is really well done. Mm-hmm. It was a fun thing with it, like, his like party planning thing, that he's good at this.
Yeah.
So that was cute.
He's like, like, welcome to Gyroscopio is a place for romance. Prego. Which is why I laughed earlier, because we said it. I'm like,
Prego.
My intern should be prepping the lab right now. It's a very professional work environment.
Benvenuti! Welcome to Gyroscopios, a place for romance. Prego, prego, prego. Please follow me.
And so they take their seats, and Gandra's like, how do you do any science? All this moody Italian decor.
It's like, Gandra, come on.
And I love Webby. Okay, so because both Webby and Huey are in little suits.
Yeah.
I loved her little outfit. Oh my god, with the little pink bow tie and the
little vest.
And she's like, welcome.
Can I tell you about tonight's special?
It's spaghetti! Please order it.
She goes from Italian accent to her just her normal voice. She's like, please order it. It's the only thing we made.
It's the funniest thing. It makes me lose it every time. Just it's spaghetti! Please order it.
Buongiorno. Can I tell you about tonight's special? It's spaghetti. Please order it. It's the only thing we need.
And then I love so
they give them menus.
Yeah.
And it's also this spaghetti cup of water.
That's all.
That's all they got.
And so Fenton
they couldn't even spring for some sparkling cider.
Or like some breadsticks.
Yeah.
No, it's just spaghetti.
Yeah. And Fenton is like whispering to Webby like, where's Gyro?
Uh-huh. And she's like, oh, you know, we
took good care of him. And he's stuffed in a closet. Because we hear him banging on the door.
And he's like, damn you, or something, something along the lines of like...
So Webby just like kicked him in there. I mean, with Webby, Gyro's nothing.
I would have loved to have seen that.
I would have loved to have seen that. Like, Gyro coming down, like, hey, can we use your lab to stage a date for Fenton? He's like, God, no, get the fuck out. And Webby just ninja kick, pop. He's in the closet.
So Gandra's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, it's the what's it called, the talk-in closet.
I'm like, hey.
That's fun. Fun puns.
Mm-hmm. So he excuses himself.
Yeah.
And I love that Gandra, like, looks under the lampshade to look at little bowl.
Yeah, like, what is... like, what?
This little thing.
Yeah. And
yeah.
So Fenton herds Huey and Webby, like, guys, I need there to be less romance. There needs to be just science.
Huey's like, but according to the Junior Woodchuck Guidebook, like, the mood lighting is essential. Yeah. He's like, how do you want to be able to develop chemistry? Yeah. And he's like, with literal, actual chemistry.
Actual chemistry. Because, he desperately doesn't want to, like, pressure her. Or, like, make this, like, a date.
Yeah.
Because worried that it'll, like, turn her off.
Yeah. And, like, just, like, a date could just be science-y, I guess. Yeah.
And because he wants to do, I think, what he feels strongest in. And he knows how to do science.
Yeah.
So he was like, maybe that's how he can impress her.
Mm-hmm. And then this is when we realize that Gandra has ulterior motives.
Oh, that's right.
So we go back to her. She gets a call on the phone.
Yeah, and she answers it this time.
Mm-hmm. With, like, complete disgust and annoyance.
Yeah. And we say she's talking to Beaks.
Yes. And she's standing next to the closet.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah, she's like, stop calling, like, I'm in the lab.
Yeah. And then, oh my god, Beaks. Beaks is in, like, the most irritating voice. Is like, oh my god, like, I don't like that you don't answer the phone. Like, it makes me feel like I'm not the most important person in the world.
Yeah. And she's saying, like, I'm in the lab. Yeah. Like, just, like, be patient, and I'll have this done.
Mm-hmm.
I think, does he call it Agent D at this point?
Yeah. He's like, I want results, Agent D.
Yeah.
And Gyro starts yelling
in the lab.
in
the closet, he's like, it's a trap. They're trapping you.
Mm-hmm. And so she opens it, electrocutes him.
Yes, she pulls her glove off and electrocutes him by touching him.
Yeah.
And so he's knocked out.
Yeah.
Ugh, what do you want? Hey, so I don't like you not answering my calls. It makes me feel like I'm not the only person in the world, which is weird for me.
I'm inside the lab, okay?
I want results, Agent D. You imbeciles! It's a trap! They're trapping us!
A real scientist always gets results.
There's a Sam King, she released the storyboards because she worked on this, and in which you see Gyro just passed out in the closet, and I would have loved to have seen that, but it was cut, apparently.
Yeah. And so we see, like, Gandra, she's putting back her glove on, and she's like, I always get results.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh no. I mean, it was clear she's always, clear she's clearly suspect from the beginning.
Yeah, she's sus.
But, So she's working for Beaks completely. So her whole thing about not kissing up to zillionaires is a huge like hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Is that the word for that? Yeah. She's being a huge hypocrite about that. Because she is literally taking orders from Beaks.
Mm-hmm. And it's like
to do something.
Probably get about it a little like later.
Yeah.
The more in depth. But yeah, like, why are you ragging on him about one millionaire when you're working for another millionaire here
who's like evil?
Yeah, he's like the worst.
He's racist.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get more into Mark Beaks' racism later. We see the Fenton's he's pulling down the decorations. Mm-hmm. He goes, there's like a stove in here?
Yeah. I mean, labs have stoves.
I'm not a science man.
Yeah, we have stoves.
And so he goes over to, and there's like pasta in a big pot, and he's like, is this tied together?
Webby goes on to say, he goes on to say, he's like, like, you eat it, you meet in the middle, and then you, like, have a kiss.
Yeah. And Webby's is going to be waiting to take a picture.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, a frame. They're going to put the picture in. That's, I survived my first date in a heart.
The souvenir.
Yes. Everyone who leaves will get a souvenir photograph.
And so Fenton's like, he comes up to the kids. He's like, I just need science, me, her, the moonlight. I'm like, aw, he still has hope.
He does. We see Gandra waiting for Fenton at the table now. And Beaks calls again.
Yeah.
And this time we see where he is, because before he was like in a shadowy area. Yeah. Shadowy space.
So we see that he's like in like a little boat.
Yeah.
In the water.
It's an interesting looking boat. I think it's meant to look like a rock, I think, right?
Oh.
Like one of the rocks around the money bin?
I think so, yeah, because it has like a covering over it.
Yeah. So he's on this little boat thing, right outside the money bin, on the bay. Again, he's just calling to bug her.
Yeah.
Because he's so impatient, he's like a fucking child.
God. Just looking at him. Because Gandra goes on to explain, basically, this is the backstory that we need. Yeah. She says that, like, I need, like, the serum that I made is not going to work if she doesn't have the password.
Yes,
so she needs
Fenton to say blather.
Yeah, and she's like, that's not, like, an everyday word.
Yeah, so I need to keep him talking to get him to the point of saying those words.
Yeah, and Fenton, Beaks is, like, whiny. He's like, but I can't wait. Like...
Yeah. He's mad about Gizmo getting so popular.
Yeah, because
he's scrolling through like Instagram.
Yeah,
and it's like everyone's just posting.
Someone give us a pun name?
Huh? Wingstagram.
Yes.
Wingstagram. I think it was Oh the Humanity.
Yes. Thank you.
Wingstagram. And he's just scrolling through and just complaining because everybody loves him.
Yeah.
Like people are constantly posting like, oh look, Gizmoduck sighting, and it's like hashtag Gizmo fan, and I see one with him holding a puppy.
Yeah.
Everybody loves him.
Does that say I adopt them both?
I'd adopt them both, yeah. It literally says that. Valid fake Instagram person.
Wingstagram. And Gandra's like, you need to be patient.
Yeah.
And he just can't.
And we see the whole time he's complaining, he's also drinking something out of these weird blue vials.
Yeah, they have like a little mini fridge and he's just like drinking this like neon blue.
Yeah, he's just chugging them. Yeah. Like we see that he's drinking a lot of them. Mm-hmm. I remember watching the first time and I'm like, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And so we go back to the lab and we see Fenton finally coming back.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm sorry about how my interns have been acting. He's like, they're still under the effects of a
toxic gas leak, which has now been invented. He quickly assures her. It's all good.
Sorry about my intern's odd behavior. They're still under the effects of a toxic gas leak that I assure you has now been vented.
Been there.
And Gadra's like, oh yeah, like I've been there, done that, which I have too.
Oh, excuse me?
What? So this past week, my partners and I have been working, not a gas leak, but we've been working with,
Did you make arsenic like I said you should?
No. Oh, we did two, we were doing almost two stupid things. We did one of the things. We were making, it's like a spinach thing that we have to cook with NO3, like nitric acid.
Sure.
And it turns into like, basically it releases NO2, which is like this brown toxic fume.
Gross.
But all the time we're working in the fume hood, so nothing really is
Did you have
happening.
the fume hood open?
Well, we didn't have it open, but the fume hood that we're working in is also the waste fume hood, where people come and dump everything they work. So we were looking at this thing, because we accidentally burned one, so we didn't want it to happen again. And somebody walks up next to us and just completely opens the fume hood. And so the three of us are going like, oh shit. So we like scatter away from it.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, I'm sorry. He like puts it down. But I'm just like, you don't just violently.
Oh my
like,
god. I mean, and you're all working on the same shit, right? So it's like, what?
Yeah. So we're like, oh shit. And then the other thing that we did...
Oh my god.
So we had the NO3 in like a volumetric flask, and I was measuring it. And that shit is like really, really reactive. Like, literally, if you get it, like, part in your glove, you have 10 seconds to wash it off. Because it will eat through the glove and it'll eat through your skin. So when you're working with it, you have to, like, change gloves so many times.
Yeah.
So I was holding it, and I was like, where do I dispose of the rest of it? And we're working on experiment 9. So I was like, oh, like, the waste is right here. I can just wash it. And you're usually told to wash things with acetone. That washes everything. And then my lab partner's like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, you wash it, dump it in there. And then luckily, I got distracted by something else. And she's like, oh, shit. I'm like, what? And we read on top of the fume hood, it said, acetone plus nitric acid equals explosion. And I was like, oh, fuck.
You almost blew up your lab!
I almost blew myself up.
Yeah, too! Why am I just hearing about this? Holy shit! I tell you all the gossip at work, and I have to hear about this on the podcast?
I forgot about our mistakes. Because usually, yeah, everything you can clean it with acetone.
Oh my god, it's the one exception of like huge above the fume hood.
It wasn't
it's like,
that huge. It's just this big.
Oh god!
And so we're like, oh shit. So I had to go ask the TA, like, how do I clean this? He's like, oh, you know, like, you put something else and then you put water and then you can dump it.
You think they would announce that, considering you always wash everything else the same way?
Yeah.
It's like the one exception. I'm just not going to tell you about it. Just hopefully you don't blow yourself up.
So now every time we're like, you know, doing the other process for washing the nitric acid, my lab partner, she's like, remember?
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't believe you almost blew yourself up.
Yeah, I mean, we've done worse things. Like
explosion.
In lower level labs, it's everyone, like, because in the lab I'm in, not everyone's doing the same thing because it's really complex stuff. So every group's doing like a different lab. But in previous labs, when we all do the same thing, no one follows the rules of like keeping the fume hood down.
Oh god.
So at one point in the summer, all the lab, like, there was so much like smell of things in the air. And I'm just like, I'm gonna get a fucking headache. And then there's certain things where, like, if you touch this, you might get cancer. And I'm like, well, thanks. So I'm going to live a lot less.
Oh my god. You're going to blow yourself up. Oh god.
At least now I learned my lesson.
Yeah, oh my god.
I'm just hoping, like, everyone else reads that sign.
Yeah, oh my god. Someone else is going to just blow themselves up. Awful. Oh my god.
So Gandra goes on to explain
how she's like, oh, I've been there because she once unleashed a microbot infestation on her apartment building, but nobody would listen to her when she tried to explain how to fix it.
Yeah, because she's like, you know, like, they called me like a kook, and then Fenton kind of interacts like, you know, like, oh no, he says a kook.
Yeah,
like,
they called her
a menace.
A menace.
Yes, and they both say at the same time, a crackpot.
Yeah.
And they have a connection.
Because, I mean, which is nice. Because, I mean, and I this little bit of also Fenton backstory. That he's been doing science stuff for a long time, too. And it doesn't always go well.
Yeah, like, we saw that a lot of his... Well, he wasn't really allowed to do a lot of things.
Yeah, but, like, the things he wanted to make.
Yeah.
Like, they talked about in the buddy system episode. We were the buddy system.
That's been so long ago.
I know, Jesus. But she said they have this, like, this common thread, and Fenn's like, oh, we're back to science.
Yeah.
And so he tells her, like, oh, shall we science?
Yeah, and he extends hands. So I'm like, aww.
She doesn't look super happy, though.
No.
Yeah, she, like, kind of frowns. Which I'm not sure, because I know she wants to keep him talking for the whole thing, so that's probably why. Like, he's kind of messing with her plan.
Yeah.
And we see back on the little boat, Beaks is just, he keeps chugging this weird blue thing. He has, like, there's, like, a pile of vials.
Yeah, there's, like, he's, like, chugged at least a dozen or more. Like, he's not. And he's playing techno music.
Yeah. He's, like, just, like, flaying around, just, like, pouring it into his mouth. God, he sucks. And just whining and being a baby. And then go back to the lab.
Yeah. And, I like that they're both wearing their goggles.
Yes.
And we see him, and he has like a plate of olives, and he sprays them with something that's called Tasty Spray.
Yeah, it makes anything taste like glazed donuts, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I hate olives so much.
I can't believe you said that. I have to leave. I love olives.
I hate them. They're gross. But do they still have olive texture?
Yeah.
Olive, but then they just taste like glazed donuts.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible.
I love olives. I used to, like, get those gallons of olives from...
Oh, God.
Valle.
No.
I want olives now.
Sucks. They don't have olives here.
They do, but they're expensive.
No, I mean here in this poem. I don't have olives here. Get out of here.
I'm leaving, taking my olives with me.
No. Because you see, because it's this kind of interaction is them trying to, like, it's kind of Gandra trying to one-up him. It's like kind of one-upping each other. Like, he's showing her all these inventions, which aren't his. He's not at first.
Yeah.
Or at least not just his.
Yeah, they're like maybe like team efforts, I guess.
Yeah, because he shows her the tasty spray, and she takes off her goggles. She's like, you want to see something cool? Mm-hmm. Like, she's like, look into my eyes.
Yeah. And we see, like, this kind of, like, blue light kind of passes over her eyes.
Yeah. And
she's all like, it's,
eye buds.
Eye buds. And so she turned her eyes into cameras. And
I think it's like a contact lens.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what makes her eyes blue.
Yeah.
Too, maybe.
Yeah.
But so
we see like the photo that she took of Fenton in her phone.
Yeah. So it also has Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You really want to see something? Look into my eyes.
Yes, it's happening.
iBuds upgrades the eye into a wireless camera.
And it makes me laugh, like, oh, I forgot why it made me laugh. God damn it.
Oh, no.
Oh, because how she says it, look into my eyes.
Yeah.
And Fenton kind of, like, gets, like, a little, like,
Fenton's like, what? And Lucy, Huey, and Webby are like, oh my god, romantic moment. But it's like, nah.
Science.
We didn't mention Huey and Webby are off to the side, watching them, ready with the camera.
I love, like, Webby's down for a lot of adventure, dangerous situations, and romantic endeavors.
Yes. She's like, I'll help you stage a whole date. We'll make pasta. I get to wear a little vest and a bow tie.
I love it.
And we see the next thing that Fenton shows her is the universal solvent, which that it can eat through anything, and it's like the future of like terraforming because it just eats through everything. There's no fossil fuel. There's no gas. There's nothing. And that only the strongest diamonds can contain it.
Yeah, and it's like in a little like metal, like a diamond jar.
Yeah.
That he's keeping it.
And the universal solvent is an actual thing.
I didn't know that.
And I knew that. I just didn't know like the specific lore. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing in the comics. So the universal solvent is from the comic, The Universal Solvent, 1995 by Don Rosa. And I'm going to give it the basic premise because it's wild. The premise.
Shit.
Okay, so it's an invention of Gyro, OBS. In the comics, so it's a black liquid.
Okay.
Which he actually calls Omnisolve.
Okay.
So I don't know where the universal solvent thing comes from, but he apparently calls it the Omnisolve. So he keeps it in a jar, like here, and he also puts it on a beach umbrella.
Okay.
So it covers the top.
Okay.
And so same thing, it eats through anything. And Scrooge buys it to use for diamond mining. But
oh no,
Scrooge pours this shit just directly on the ground, and it makes a solid shaft all the way down to the center of the earth.
Oh.
Or it's in the process of doing that.
Yeah.
And so if they don't stop it, it will lead to the Earth's destruction by destroying the planet's electromagnetic fields, causing the Earth to be bombarded with radioactive solar winds.
Good job, Scrooge.
Good job, Scrooge, you dumbass. They get to me and just like chucks it on the ground. Like, I don't, what the hell?
Like, you need, like a little bit, you know?
And, in specific amounts. Like, you have to go to the diamond mine, Scrooge. What the hell, dude? Yeah, he just pours it on the ground, apparently. And so the kids and Scrooge and Donald have to go down the elevator shaft, create, like, an elevator shaft down this tunnel that it's made to get it, basically, before it reaches the center of the Earth.
Fuck. Oh, my God.
I just wrote down the whole premise, because I'm, like, reading it, and I'm like, what the fuck, Scrooge? Dude. Dumbass.
Idiot.
It just reminded me of the John Mulaney thing. They grabbed a 40, smashed it on the ground. Scrooge.
Idiot.
But I mean, so we see it here, and it's actually really fucking cool. Like, I mean, yeah, you can terraform anything without destroying the environment, because it just eats through whatever it is that you're trying to do.
I just realized they don't have gloves on.
They don't, yeah.
It's a health code violation.
I'm like, they almost have PPE.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, right?
Yes,
I took science once upon a time before I realized I hated science.
I discovered that too late.
Oh, no. But
Gandra immediately has something to say.
Yeah, she's like, oh, so rich boss McDuck. She's doing an accent,
yes,
which I can't copy.
I can't do it.
I guess that Scrooge gets to gobble up all the precious metals for himself.
Yeah, and Fenton's kind of like,
oh, okay. I'm gonna put this back.
Yes, and she's kind of like, oh, what's next? Like a gold magnet, and we see Fenton in the background like holding
a
one.
Gold magnet because he's like he has a gold necklace he's wearing.
Yeah,
like it's tugged on by the magnet, and he's like, oh,
shit,
never mind.
I love the little like gold chain.
I liked that. That was cute. I'm like, oh.
The universal solvent. The future of terraforming as we know it. This liquid eats through anything. Only the strongest diamonds are resistant.
So, rich boss McDuck gets to gobble up all of the Earth's precious gems for himself? What's next? Some kind of gold magnet?
Look, I just need him to have one of those bracelets that have your name on them that you get when you're a baby. I didn't have one. Well, I did, but I think
I did have one. I'm like remembering that now.
All like Latinx babies are born with that, and if you're a girl, you get your ears pierced.
Oh! My grandmother took me without telling my parents when I was like 3 months old and got my ears pierced.
Yeah, someone asked me like, "Oh, like did it hurt when you got your ears pierced?" I'm like, I have no recollection about that.
I had no sense of consciousness.
No, it just happened.
Yeah, they've always been pierced.
Yeah, I forget I wear earrings because I've always just worn them.
Yeah, no, my grandmother took me and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, it would have gotten her ears pierced, but what the fuck? You didn't tell me.
I know that one of the little piercings is like crooked.
Oh no.
It lays crooked. I'm like, okay then. Fuck it.
Oh no.
So next up is Gandra, like you know, like you want to see something that's actually cool, hold my hand.
Yeah, she takes her glove off. And so Fenton's like, all right, and he puts his hand in hers.
And kids were like excited.
They're like, oh, this is the moment. Yeah. And like Webby goes to take a picture. And she electrocutes Fenton and I guess like a lower dose or whatever than she used to knock out Gyro.
And Webby takes the photo.
Yeah, just as Fenton's electrocuted. And he like screams and his hair is like
even
all
crazier,
standing up. He's like, what was that?
And she's like, they're nanites. Like, they channel through her bloodstream, I guess.
Yeah, they channel her body's energy into usable electricity.
Yes.
And it's like embedded in her hand. It's like this technology thing that goes up to her fingers.
Yeah, it's like circuitry.
Yeah, yes,
and
thank you.
You see, like, on her fingers, like, the little electricity.
Yeah.
And he's like, you experimented on yourself?
He's like, that's really dangerous. And she's like, well, yeah. Like, because she takes risks. She's like that. She doesn't,
She's not like a pencil pusher that's just like theorizing things about scientists.
Yeah.
And because this is when she's like, you know, like how they like, what's the word? And he's like, yada yada,
blah blah blah,
blathering,
blathering, and obviously Beaks is listening in, and they get the recording, they get blathering.
You experimented on yourself. That's incredibly dangerous.
I know. Most of these pencil pushers just theorize and talk. What's the word?
Yada yada? Blah blah blah? Babbling? Blathering?
As he's drinking more out of like a
beaker.
Out of a beaker, thank you. He's drinking more of the weird blue thing.
Yeah. And he's like, he gets annoyed. He's like, oh, just one word.
It's taking forever.
Yeah. And so it's time for him to take matters into his own hands. He calls himself Papa.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah, you didn't have to comment on that.
I am here to deliver the news.
Because he's like, yeah, okay, I'm going to take care of this myself now. Yeah. He's like, all right, this is taking too long. I have the attention span of a gopher. I'm going to go do this. So he puts on headphones and he has the boat take him to shore. And he drinks more of the blue thing.
Yeah.
Dumbass. It reminds me of the blue milk from Star Wars Land.
Which was good, actually.
It was not bad.
It tasted
I couldn't drink that many of it. I would puke. But
We shared one, so that was that.
Yes.
Tasted like, for you guys that care, it tastes like blue Go-Gurt.
Kinda?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, it was thicker than I was expecting.
I got
it's
the
not
chunk.
Like, you did.
I got like a weird icy chunk.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, I'm like,
it also very much looks like laundry detergent.
Oh, it totally does. Oh my god. I want to get green milk next time.
Yes.
I gotta try that one.
I was like, Anna, look at my dream of drinking laundry detergent. You're like,
awful. Oh god. It was good though. I thought it was a lot thicker than milk. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh. It's like
a blended thing,
yes.
but like really, really, really blended.
Yes.
So that it's just like thicker enough that it's not like a liquid.
Yeah.
But it's also icy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Anyway, so Beaks is the boat is taking him to shore, and we see that the whole money bin is surrounded by security cameras.
Yeah.
Like the seagulls are all fake. They're which I mean, I'm not sure this is updated after the whole Magica thing.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the security system in 87 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
we see it in action. Yeah. Not just on Donald. Because Beaks is riding up on a hoverboard.
Yes.
And he's playing like a techno remix of It's a Date.
EDM. I don't know the difference. Don't come at me.
I don't know. It's music. And we see all these fake seagulls that are the security and also fire lasers are trained on him. Yeah. And also guns descend from the trees and out of rocks. And it's like
a lot.
So it would Beagle Boys would be dead.
Yeah.
But Beaks,
he's competent.
He's competent, and I hate it. God, he's competent for 10 minutes. 10 seconds.
10 seconds, yeah.
In this moment here. Because he hacked into the security system, which I mean, considering Gyro built it, is saying something.
Yeah.
So he hacks into it completely, and what's the word? He confuses the targeting system. Because it starts firing at him, but he's able to just dodge everything.
Yeah. He gets it, basically, he starts getting it to shoot at itself.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line, he dabs.
Yeah, he does. He's dancing as he has his eyes closed almost the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's dancing and just, disabling everything and making, or I think he should have disabling it all. Yeah. And then he super easily just rides up to the door, but then he can't hack into that though.
Yeah.
Into the actual door. So he's like, I'm just gonna
explode it.
Yeah, he gets one of the guns to shoot at a grate, and he just goes in there.
And he immediately complains about the lack of Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and he's like, no signal.
Access denied.
What? No signal? Boo!
Yeah, so that was, I mean, interesting seeing the bits where Beaks is kind of actually competent, as much as I hate to say it. And we saw obviously in even Who is Gizmoduck, in him taking the suit, he is an actual threat. He is a villain. It's just he can't always follow through.
Yeah, he's just lazy.
He's lazy.
Yeah,
so he is disturbed and the worst, but he has plans that are generally fucked up. But he can't follow through. And when something goes wrong, in Who is Gizmoduck, when the suit turns on him, he's like, oh fuck me, I don't know what the fuck to do now. And with here, he's able to hack into a security system Gyro built.
Yeah.
And considering it's Gyro, I assume that's difficult.
Yeah.
And so he hacks in very easily and just disables it and gets inside.
Yeah.
So.
Damn.
Yeah.
So we go back to Fenton and his date.
Yes.
And he's like, okay, you want to see real punk science? I'll show you punk science.
Yeah.
And he takes out a paddle ball thing.
Paddle board? Wait, no.
Is it paddle?
No, paddleboard is something else.
Paddleboard?
Fuck, no, what's it called? Fuck.
We'll Google it.
Ping pong? Wait, no. Fuck.
It's not ping pong.
That's not gonna be paddleboard. No, so that's that. Ping pong paddle, I think. Right? Let me see.
Put paddle ball. Paddle ball, I was right.
Paddle ball! You were right.
Those are fun. I could never get it to
No, I can never. I get them in Mexico and be like, fuck this. I hate this so fucking much. Yeah, so no, I never played with those because they made me too mad.
But yeah, so it's a little glowing blue, light bulb, blue ball.
Yeah, we say it's something he created.
Yeah.
It's Fentonium.
Fentonium, yeah. So the ball itself is what he's really talking about. Yeah. And he goes on to say he makes it start paddling, and then he puts it on a clamp, and he says oh, it's a frictionless synthetic crystal that instead of slowing down as it goes, it actually speeds
it gains
up.
energy.
Yeah.
Which apparently should not be possible, right?
No.
Yeah.
You never should gain energy.
Yeah. But it's cartoons, who cares?
Yeah. It would break physics. If that
awesome! Fenton has broken physics. Cool.
And it's
cool. Like, it's actually cool. Like, he built this thing. And so we see that it's, Gandra starts being like, whoa. Like, I mean, that energy of that unleashed could be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it gains energy.
Yeah.
Like,
so
the
you
more
can
it goes.
use it as a resource. That's what he wants it to be, ultimately. Like, a resource for energy.
Yeah.
And we see that it kind of, like, glows, like, white. So she kind of goes to touch it. And he's like, it's really unstable.
He, like, grabs her hand. He's like, don't. Because she's talking about, like, about releasing that energy, like, how much power that could be. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, it's like, don't
touch it.
Yeah, it's like and how to describe it, like, it's like limitless power, and she's like drawn to it. And he's like, no, don't, it's very dangerous. Because she doesn't see the danger straight away.
Yeah.
She sees only the power, which, but so it's a thing, and we see that this is when Gandra starts to be like, oh, like, maybe she actually likes him.
Yeah, because we see that he's kind of like looking at his invention. He's like, like energy from like a mild-mannered source. Like, neat, huh? And she's like looking at him instead of the invention, and she goes, yeah, like kind of, And then she immediately goes back. And she's like, hungry.
Yeah, they actually continue the date.
Yeah,
but I like the interesting that he calls it Fentonium.
Yeah,
because it's his whole thing about him like wanting to be recognized as Fenton Crackshell Cabrera. Not just Gizmoduck, so naming his invention that he's really proud of, this thing that he knows can break physics, and just be it's a really landmark invention that can really help people. Yeah. And he names it after himself, because he wants to be remembered as Fenton. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I love.
That's nice.
Weren't you talking about like a duck element that's real? Thing?
Oh fuck, that's right. Oh fuck. Yes. I guess on a semi-related note.
Yeah, because I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah. So, the Donald Duck comic by Carl Barks, one of them, let me see. The Donald Duck comic by Carl Barks, the Mad Chemist, invented a molecule that wouldn't be discovered for another 20 years. Like, Carl Barks just was, like, making up bullshit, and he invents an explosive called Duckmite. And he adds like the molecule formula or whatever the fuck. And Carl Barks obviously no background in chemistry or science or whatever the fuck. But the actual thing he put in was an actual molecule that would be discovered by a guy. I'm trying to find what the guy's fucking name is. Yes, Joseph F. Lambert at the California Institute of Technology. What did I say?
It's B.
What did I say?
F.
Jesus.
I can't her glasses.
I can't fucking read. So fine.
Yes.
And so 20 years after these comics, in the 60s, Disney received a letter from Joseph B. Lambert. Sorry, my dude. At the California Institute of Technology, telling me that an article was going to be published about something called carbines. So a new carbine, what's a molecule?
Yeah.
Called methylene that they had just discovered, and Barks had made a reference to methylene. Like, he made it up.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be an actual thing. Like, science proved its existence 20 years later. Which is wild.
That's freaking wild.
Oh, so the actual doctor who discovered it was Dr. Gasper, who had, quoting, a long-standing esteem for the adventures of Donald Duck. So was he, like, reading these comics, and he's like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Which is wild.
Yeah.
So,
like, holy crap.
So not only that, so Carl Barks just made up an element, a molecule that would actually be discovered 20 years later. But then he actually used the substance correctly in the comic. Like that so they use methylene in the comic to react with another substance, which is later confirmed to be done in a scientifically accurate way. Like years before, real chemists thought to do that. Which, what the hell, Carl Barks? What is this?
Yeah, like,
how are you this powerful?
That's fucking incredible.
He just made up a molecule,
and he correctly said like this thing would react with this way and this way.
Yeah.
Like that's
before actual chemists, and it's like, Carl Barks, what the hell, man? What the hell? So yeah, so there's some duck lore for you.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so Fenton and Gandra continue their date.
So they're actually eating now, which
yes,
is sauceless spaghetti.
It is. I mean, the kids made it. Yeah. Because so Huey and Webby and Manny, who I don't think we've seen before now, right? No, he's in a bow tie.
Yeah. And
Huey's like, okay, Webby, food. Manny, music. Me, Huey, what does he say?
He said... Oh, no, it's Webby camera.
Okay.
Him food. Yeah. So they go.
It's very cute. He's like, great. It's very cute.
So Manny goes on to play the accordion.
Yes. Well, very well. And Manny. Little Bulb has the triangle.
The triangle.
And they're very nicely playing some Italian music. And they just put the pasta in one kind of big dish.
Yeah.
And, I think it's just cute because, little kids making this. I mean, they did all the decorations, so very nice. But it's also little kids cooking.
Mm-hmm. They just got, some pasta.
Yeah.
Maybe added some oregano.
Hopefully.
That's it.
Hopefully. And I love that they're just eating it.
Yeah.
These little kids made it for us very clearly, so... It's just cute.
Yeah. I'm like, aw. But then, as they're eating... Is it Huey who notices?
Yes. No, Webby. Webby's like, the pasta got untied! And so Huey's like, their perfect date! No, because they want to get that perfect Lady in the Tramp picture.
Mm-hmm. And so he's like, I need a distraction.
Yeah. So he goes in and starts singing beautifully in Italian.
Yes, it's like a gorgeous... I don't know if it's an aria, but it's beautiful.
He's singing It's a Date in Italian.
Fuck, is he?
He is.
Oh, god damn it. That Frank has said that Huey has the best voice out of all of it.
But he doesn't like to show off because it'll upset Dewey.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So as he's singing,
Webby climbs under the table to tie the pasta back together with her hands.
But then she notices that Gandra's phone, goes off.
It's buzzing, and she sees that beeps as the contact. And it says, and he sends her a text that says, I'm coming for him myself.
Yeah. And so she kind of oh shit.
Yeah, she's like, what's going on here?
And Webby, she reaches for the phone and she sees that there's also 44 missed calls and a voicemail.
Yeah.
Which she listens to.
Which, she plays. And she's like, oh shit. Because it's all Beaks. All the fucking Beaks calling her 44 times and just sending her text after text. And so she knows, so Webby realizes what's going on.
Yeah.
And so she rushes out, grabs Huey as in the middle of his song. And they rush up, and Fenton at Love claps.
Yeah,
it's really cute.
And so they go next to the closet.
Yeah.
And
Gyro is currently unconscious.
And Webby's like, she's a spy, you know, from Mark Beaks. And she's like, so they're like, this is what this whole thing has been about, just getting information or...
they want the
passcode. She heard.
She heard on the voicemail that they want some sort of passcode. Because she doesn't know how the suit works.
Yeah.
He wants some sort of passcode.
Yeah. And Huey really being concerned about Fenton. He's like, oh no, this will
ruin his self-esteem.
Yeah. And
his perfect date.
And Webby's like, yeah, and he might get kidnapped by spies.
Yeah. Two bad things could happen.
I love that.
He's worried about Fenton's emotional state, and it's he could get kidnapped.
And he's like, okay, two bad things could happen.
And so they need to tell him, obviously. Mm-hmm. And so Huey goes back, and he's like, "Excusey, you have a phone call." And she takes Fenton by the hand, which is also very cute.
And Fenton's really excited now that he's back with the kids. And he's like, I think this is going really well. Gandra's brilliant and charming, and just a little critical, everyone else in my life.
In my life, it's just poor Fenton. He tries so hard.
Yeah, and he's like, and most importantly, she doesn't care about Gizmoduck.
She likes me for me.
Yeah, and I'm like, my notes are oh, babe.
Yeah. Oof, woof.
Guys, it's going really well. Gandra's brilliant and charming and a little critical, just like my mother and Gyro and pretty much everyone else in my life. Most of all, Gandra doesn't care about Gizmoduck. She likes me.
And he's like, okay, why are you guys just staring? Because...
And Huey doesn't want to tell him.
No, he's like, you're doing great, Tiger! And to which Webby's like, Huey! And they're like, we have to tell you something about Gandra.
Yeah. And so we don't actually see them tell him.
No.
So we go back to Gandra, who's like looking at little Bull that's playing the triangle.
Yeah, and because like both little Bull's on the table, and Manny's like stand a little bit closer than before playing the accordion. And it's just like this horse body with Scrooge McDuck's head on it. And so she's like, what the fuck?
If they were to add like this statue person into like the Haunted Mansion,
oh my god. Just like
it.
in the background, just like a thing, and like, oh my god, that'd be legitimately scary. Like no joke.
It would.
And then Fenton comes back, and he is not happy.
No, and Gandra obviously doesn't know what's happening, so
No.
she's like, like I wasn't really like sure about this at the start, but I actually really like you.
Yeah, because you see, so he has Manny and Bull go.
Yeah,
like he's like get going. And
no tip.
And he sits back down, and he doesn't look happy.
No.
But so she's kind of being like, oh, this was fun, like we should do this again.
Yeah.
But he is right off the bat like, I know that you've been lying to me this whole time, that this is all just a thing to get to Gizmoduck.
Yeah, because he's like, are you sure you don't need anything else? I spy the server over there.
I can waddle right over.
And she's like, kind of like, oh,
yeah.
shoot.
She's like, no, but how about a second date? Then they can go to a park and fly. What are those things called? Like that Ben Franklin flew with a key. And then Fenton he's like, I know that you're a spy for Bird Beaks.
He's like, I know you're just here for Gizmoduck, like everyone else is. And Gandra's like, oh,
you're Gizmoduck? What? And it's this really interesting, it's this really good scene, because I like that they let Fenton get mad.
Yeah. Because,
he's been very much this kind of bumbling, clumsy, good guy.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to do good. He does have serious moments, but we don't really see him, I think, get mad. Not like this before. Mm-hmm. This is personal.
Yeah.
Like, he thought she cared about him.
Yeah.
But just like everyone else, she only wants Gizmoduck. And not just that, she's tricking him.
Yeah.
To get to Gizmoduck.
Yeah. Fuck.
He's like, I know you know the truth. Like, who doesn't know I'm Gizmoduck?
Yeah. And he kind of like really dejectedly goes like blathering blatherskite. Mm-hmm. And immediately like the Gizmo suit goes on him.
Yeah.
And at that moment, like,
he's like, is this what you want?
Yeah.
Because like, here I am.
Yeah.
Like,
here it is.
Yeah.
You know. We're like,
yeah. It's a really good moment. I really like that. Because it's a good character moment, letting him get mad like that.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like he's upset for a very valid reason.
Yeah.
So, like, now, like, he's gonna be very, like, cutting towards Gandra the next few comments.
Yes. And we'll see that Beaks drops down from the fucking ceiling.
Yes.
Like, that's exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm. Like an Avenger pose.
Yeah. It's the superhero landing. He's on his poor knees. But no, because so they got the full code.
Yeah.
The code word. So he explains that he's been drinking, the blue thing he's been drinking is, Agent D's nanite serum.
Mm-hmm. That has been linked to, like, the Gizmo tech, which he stole, but he still since he stole it, he needs the password.
Yeah.
So they needed to get a recording of him say it. And at that moment, he takes out, like, the recording, like, the phone.
Yeah.
And he says it again. And that's gonna activate him.
Yeah, it activates the nanites.
Yeah.
And he drinks another fucking vial.
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy's a fucking dumbass.
Is this what you want?
That's exactly what I want. You may have the suit, but I have something better. A full body upgrade! That's right. I drank Dee's nanite serum and linked it up with stolen Gizmo tech. I just needed your passcode to boot it up.
Blathering blatherskite.
God, Beaks fucking sucks. Okay, so he drinks another fucking thing. He plays the recording, and like, he starts to kind of die.
Yeah, because we see it, like, activate in his, like, blood cells.
Yeah.
And we get, like, these weird, like, bone crunch noises.
Yeah, and he's, like, kind of flailing around, like, oh, this is normal, right?
Yeah. And like, Gandra's immediately like, did you drink more than one? Because obviously that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I was bored.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah. And then more bone-crunching noises. Mm-hmm. And, like, he starts getting huge.
Yes.
Like, Hulk size. This is literally like an incredible Hulk transformation.
I hate looking at it.
It's really well animated.
To its detriment that I don't want to look at it.
And we see Manny's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking attack this guy now. And Beak's arm gets huge, right? At this moment, he whacks Manny into the wall. I guess knocking him out. Also, Little Bulb was also there.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't have a head, but
yeah, he's knocked out. Whatever.
He's like, okay.
He's like, okay, I'm done. All right, I did my part. I'm just gonna lay here now. And then his shirt rips, and it's Incredible Hulk stuff.
Yeah,
he gets way too muscular.
I hate it. I made my brother watch this. He's like, I hate it.
So he's Mega Beaks now. His eyes go red.
Yeah.
Which is a fun cartoon thing.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, and you're incredibly dead.
Yes. And he's like, which huge muscle will I use to, like, destroy you first?
Yeah.
And he's, like, flexing. And
so he's huge. So he's literally Incredible Hulk size. He's bigger than Gizmoduck now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's so muscular. And Fenton's like, okay, you were a monster before, but now you are a literal monster. And he goes to fucking punch him.
Yeah.
And Beaks catches his punch.
Yeah.
And throws him. And then he goes to fucking kill the kids, I guess.
Which I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. He has no morals.
No, he doesn't. God, no. But, because Beaks is, like, this is his plan, which is, I mean, he can literally kill anyone at this point. But his plan is so limited that we see. Because he's so narcissistic.
Yeah.
That he doesn't see, like, oh, I could storm into McDuck Manor and, like, kill Scrooge. I mean.
With my bare hand.
He literally could.
Like, imagine you're Scrooge. What time is it? It's like 8, probably. You're just chilling in, like, your lounge chair with the rest of your nephews. And he just, like, Mega Beaks comes in and you don't even have time to, like, blink. And then you're gone.
Actually, I think Beakley could stop him.
Okay, yes. Actually, that's valid.
I mean, she'd get the nerve points, and then just fucking, he wouldn't be able to move. She would.
And now I'm upset we didn't see that. Oh, God. I mean, I feel like the Mega Beaks thing is gonna come back.
No.
I don't like it any more than you.
I don't want to see more Mega Beaks. Give Fenton more villains.
He's just gonna turn into every villain ever. Like, he's gonna turn into...
He's gonna become a Joker?
Yeah.
No!
He's gonna become a Joker. He's gonna turn into,
oh, God, he's already, like, kind of like Jared Leto.
I hate it. He's gonna turn into... Who else is a villain?
The Penguin. Mr. Freeze. Poison Ivy.
Oh, my God.
Catwoman.
No. Gandra's
That's right.
Catwoman.
No, she's more, she's the Felicity.
Okay.
She's the, what's her name?
It's not Felicity Jones, it's an actress.
No, it's her name's, it's a Superman villain. Black Cat or something? Fuck, what's her name? And her normal name is Felicity something.
I don't remember.
Damn. Spider-Man. I'm just looking up cat. Black Cat!
Oh my
God. I was right.
I was right about Paddleball. You were right about the suit.
Her real name is Felicia Hardy. So that was close. But
why was I thinking about Felicity Jones?
Isn't that
That's like who plays
Rogue One, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's why I was watching that thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so Fenton he has one of the extendo arms, and the suit pull out a comically large mallet, and he hits Beaks with it, and his muscle shatters it.
Yeah.
Like this giant wooden mallet. He shatters it. And so a little extendo arm gets an air horn. And then Gizmoduck is floating above with the propeller thing. And he's just throwing pies. Because, yeah.
I love...
Beaks just opens his mouth and swallows the pies. Including the tins.
He's like, oh wait, did I just swallow
the pie tins?
Wait, did I just eat the pie tins?
It's like, wait a minute. Shit.
Because I love that the pies are the thing that got to him, though, because he does have a moment of, like, being like...
Yeah, he's being bombarded.
Yeah, but then he opens his mouth.
And I love the cartoony thing of him eating them, but then being like, wait, what the fuck? Did I just eat those? And then he, like, body slams Gizmoduck, like throwing him into the glass, one of the glass windows, and cracking it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, these things are
Jesus.
dense.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, then you keep, like, the entire bay out. Yeah. And then he tries to throw him again, but he uses his rockets just to kind of stop his fall. Mm-hmm. But then,
so we see that, like, Beaks lands on top of him.
on him, and he starts punching him in the face.
Yeah. And at that point, I think it's Huey that's... Oh, wait,
no. First, Gizmoduck gets the tasty spray and sprays that in Beaks' face.
And he's like, ew, glazed donuts!
Because, like, we didn't need any more confirmation that Beaks is the worst. God.
So Fenton manages to escape.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, like, in front of the kids at this point.
Yeah. And then Beaks just grabs the universal solvent. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, I assume he knows what it is because he was listening in.
Yeah.
So he grabs that, throws it at the ceiling, where it starts dissolving the ceiling. Like, the ceiling starts collapsing now.
And so we see, like, vents and, like...
Pipes and just chunks of rock.
Yeah.
Like, the ceiling fucking collapsing down on top of them because the lab's underground.
Yeah.
So...
Fuck.
There's a lot of shit between them. Yeah. So Webby and Huey are about to be crushed when Fenton catches the debris.
Yeah.
That was about to fall on them.
And he tells them to just
find cover.
Yeah.
Which they just hide under some shitty table. So good job, guys.
Good job, boys. I mean, like, Webby, you have all this training.
I mean, against someone like Beaks, it's not gonna do much. And then Fenton, Gizmoduck throws the debris, but at that moment, Beaks lands on him again. Mm-hmm.
And so Huey, like, Webby's like, oh no, Huey first is like, oh no, like, Fenton stayed, like, he's gonna be crushed. And Webby's like, he's literally gonna be crushed.
Because Beaks lands on him again, and this time he's not, like, letting him get away so easily. He rips off a piece of his visor.
Yeah.
So we see part of Fenn's face.
Yeah.
And, like, it's like, And Beaks he just gotta be racist. He just gotta. Because he's like, hey, amigo. As soon as he's Fenn's face.
Yeah. Like, fuck off.
What the hell? Like, I do find that interesting, though, that they keep bringing that back. Yeah. That he's racist.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. That it's like, it's how he kind of belittles Fenton.
Yeah, like that microaggression. Yeah. It's like constant. Because that's how microaggressions are. Yeah. They're just there. Yeah. And it's like, fuck off.
And with Beaks, it's definitely purposeful.
Yeah.
And even like in Who is Gizmoduck, Fenton told him, I'm not your amigo.
Yeah.
And he
takes it back. Yeah. Because he knows that that's at this point specifically that, like, Fenton does not like that. Yeah. So he's gonna, like, he's pushing his buttons.
Yeah. So, like, just... I'll talk more about Beaks' character, because he's the fucking worst. Talk about him more in a bit. But, so he rips the visor off.
Yeah.
And which is a really cool scene, just because, like, seeing with half the visor is like, ooh, drama. And Webby blinds him with the camera, Beaks. Yeah. So Fenton's able to slip out with the rockets. Mm-hmm. And he opens up, like, a missile.
Yeah.
Out in the suit. Like, he's done playing around. He's gonna kill me.
Which is fair.
Yeah. And he goes, like, bye. Mm-hmm. Bye, Beaksy.
Yeah.
Like, he looks pretty pissed.
Mm-hmm. But we get at this moment that he gets electrocuted from behind. And so the missile, it launches, but it very obviously does not hit Beaks.
Yeah. And Beaks is, like, grinning, like, you know, we beat you. It was Gandra. Yeah. Gandra electrocuted the suit and Fenton.
Yeah.
And so he falls over.
Yeah. And she, like, apologizes.
But it's like, bitch, come on. look at what you're helping. Look at this fucking disgusting monster. He's kidnapping 2 kids now.
Yeah, he literally, for really no fucking reason, he grabs the kids. He's like, I'm taking your kids with me. Yeah. He's like, I think they're your kids. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure how this family works. Including Fenton in the family.
Yeah.
Nice. But he just kidnaps these kids, and Gandra does not give a shit.
No.
At all.
really does not.
Really doesn't. Like, she only jumps back in, we see in a bit, when Fenton is the one in danger. I'm like, damn, Kendra.
The children.
The kids.
Look at them.
They made you pasta. Jeez.
Sure, was it oversalted and that was like the only ingredient in there? Yes, but they tried.
They tried. We see that he, Mega Beaks, he breaks one of the glass windows.
Yeah.
And jumps out.
Yeah.
Like, he's swimming up to the surface.
Luckily, immediately, there's like a lockdown, so like, there's a barrier that blocks
we've seen
all
before,
the water.
that once the windows break, unless something like, I think the Shadow War happens, when everything goes to shit, the windows get sealed off.
Mm-hmm. And we have this confrontation, oh my god, between Gandra and Fenton.
Yeah,
and he's on the ground.
Yes, he can't move. Mm-hmm. The suit's been disabled. Mm-hmm. And we see that Gandra's mad at Beak just for, like, messing up their plan. Yeah. Because he wasn't supposed to come in. Mm-mm. It was to be her getting the code word and then leaving.
Yeah.
But
he fucked it up.
He fucked it up. He fucked up her plan by bursting in.
And, like, Fenton's like, he's like, I'm the suit.
Yeah, like you're working for Beaks. Mm-hmm. Like, what kind of hypocrite are you?
Yeah, and she's still defending herself. Like, no, like, I work for myself. I just use him for funding and for, like, resources. Mm-hmm. And Fenton's like, for, like, what? Like, for what?
Like, what was the point of all this?
And he says, like, was any of this real? Yeah.
So I'm the suit? You're the one working for Beaks.
I work for myself. I just used him for funding and resources.
For what? Was any of this real? What are you?
A scientist, free of responsibility.
And I'm just like, yeah,
because she keeps talking about how she's a scientist, free of responsibility, and it's like, you're not.
Yeah.
Look what you did. Mm-hmm. 2 kids were kidnapped.
Yeah.
You almost killed Fenton.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you like, electrocuted him. Mm-hmm. Like, you hurt him to stop him from stopping Beaks, who's clearly unstable.
Yeah. And like, you're not free of responsibility.
No.
You're giving these resources because you have a job to do.
Yeah.
You can say that, like, you're free to do whatever you want.
Yeah, but you're working
but at the
for
end of the day,
Beaks.
you're working for someone.
Yeah. And you're helping someone do something really evil.
Yeah.
Like, it's, and I like that she's like that.
Yeah.
Because it's not really expanded on. Like, it's not like, she's not like, oh yeah, I messed up. Mm-hmm. She never says anything like that.
No.
And so, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because we'll see, we'll talk about it more at the end. But her character, it's being really interesting that she's on the darker side of morally gray. Yeah. Because she's not a good person, really. Because she leaves Fenton down there. Mm-hmm.
She says, you know, like, for what it was worth, I think you're a good scientist. Yeah. And Fenton responds with, and you're a crook.
Yeah.
Like, and then the elevator door shut on her.
Yeah, like, no hesitation, like, I mean, definitely.
And look, for what it's worth, you're a good scientist.
And you're a crook.
Yeah.
I mean, your words mean nothing, Gandra. You betrayed him completely.
And so Fenton kind of climbs out of the Gizmoduck.
Yeah, I like seeing that. Because, like, how does he get out of the suit if it's busted?
Yeah.
And he has to wiggle out. And so the suit's dead.
Yeah.
Like, it has its last life with its last, like, living battery. Like, there's a pie in his face to add insult to injury.
And he's like, okay, so, like, what do you do? He's telling himself, like, what do you do without the suit?
Yeah. And he gets a plan really quick. Mm-hmm. His, the Fentonium.
Yeah.
And we see, because I like there's no, like, oh no, I don't have the suit, I'm useless. He's like, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
And
I love that.
Yeah. So that was nice. And we see, Mega Beaks jumping out of the water because he has the Hulk strength of being able to leap tall buildings.
Yeah, and he's like, hashtag make it rain. And I'm like, I fucking hate you. Stop talking.
He sucks. And so he jumps over to his building, to the Waddle Tower or whatever. Yeah. And I like this, like, the detail of his hands and his feet.
Yes.
Talons. Leaving marks in the building as he climbs it, which is fun. It's a nice detail because he's fucking enormous. And so there's all these new helicopters, obviously, because there's, like, this fucking monster thing climbing the side of the building. Did they know it speaks?
Probably not at this moment. Because they're just like, there's, like, a weird thing on the Waddle.
Yeah, on the Waddle Tower. Like, they're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah. And the kids are like, how is this part of your plan? And I mean, his plan is just, like, kind of just sad.
Yeah,
he wants more visibility.
Yeah.
And so he's getting that by being a giant monster.
Yeah, he's literally like, I mean, it's King Kong.
Yeah, no, it's King Kong.
Yeah, he's like holding the kids.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking tiny.
Yeah.
And he's like, like, what's more visible than, like, the Waddle Tower?
Yeah.
And, like...
Oh, he's so muscular, I hate it.
Stop making me look
It's just pause there.
Okay, so Huey's like, he's like still really insistent. He's like, you ruined Fenton's date.
Yeah. Like, how could you, like, you monster?
Yeah, like, where's your heart? And I can't even say it. Mark is like...
We don't need to say it. We'll just put the audio in and make our listeners suffer.
How is this a part of your plan?
I wanted to up my visibility. You don't get more visible than being a giant monster!
You ruined Fenton's date! Where's your heart, man?
In here somewhere, under all these righteous packs! Blah, blah!
And so Beaks gets hit in the face by something, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And it's Fenton. It's Fenton hitting him with the Fentonium.
Yeah. And so we see that he leaves the kids in, like, the indent of the W logo.
Yeah, so way up.
Yeah.
And he jumps down, and he's huge. And compared especially to Fenton without the suit. And Fenton tries to hit him again with the Fentonium. We just catches it.
Yeah.
And I love this. He's like, I've never caught a ball before. Take that, Coach Dad.
He's like, who's the loser now?
Yeah, so that was a really like, interesting little side thing into what his past was like.
Yeah.
Like,
why are you like this?
Yes. He had a mean daddy.
Don't say that to me.
He was a loser growing up.
Yeah.
And his dad didn't help matters.
What a dweeb.
Yeah. Of course he was a loser. Look at him. God. It was a fun little thing, though. It's like, fun. But then he gets electrocuted.
Yeah.
By Gandra, who only gives a shit when Fenton is being threatened. Because now that Fenton doesn't have the suit, she's like, oh fuck, no, like, he'll kill him.
Yeah. She's like, like, hurting puny, helpless heroes was never part of our plan, Beaks. And Fenton's like, I'll just think about the hero part.
Focus on the hero part. But, so Gandra's only helping now because Fenton himself is in danger. And we should both see that she's able to electrocute Beaks for a bit, but then he gets resistant to it.
Like they hide behind like the statue thing, and she's saying like his skin is too thick.
Yeah.
For me to like actually be able to harm him.
To which Fenton's like, oh, okay, so like it's the inside that matters though. Like inside he's still like a weak, like loser dweeb guy. And Gandra thinks he means like morally.
She's like, oh, heroes and you're moral. Yeah. He's like, no, like
literally inside he's weak.
Are you okay?
I can't shock him anymore. His nanite-enhanced skin is too tough.
Yeah, but what matters is inside. Under all that, he's still the same weak, ego-fueled dweeb.
Ugh, heroes, always with the morals.
No, I mean inside, he's weak.
So Fenton goes out to distract Beaks. And he's like, look, like you're trending worldwide. And it's on the phone, it's like fame-hungry monster.
Yeah.
Like on the water building. And he throws him his phone because Beaks is like, oh, I want to see.
Yeah. And then this is when Beaks discovers his downfall.
Yes.
He tries to like look at the phone and touches it, but he like destroys it completely.
Just breaks it by poking it once. Yeah. And he's like, I can't use a phone. I can't use a phone. Just get an iPad, dude. Just get an iPad. Same thing.
No.
Yeah.
And that like causes him to like break down, I guess.
Yeah. So that was funny though. Like, I can't use a phone. And that's like he's having a breakdown over that because he's just a dumbass. But so we see Fenton throws Gandra the Fentonium and she's charging it up with the nanites.
Yeah. And she throws it at him, and so when he's screaming,
she throws it on the ground, and then Fenton whacks it with the paddleboard ball.
And his mouth is kind of still open, like Mark's, so it goes into his body.
Yes.
It, like, explodes.
Yeah, his body starts deflating, and it's awful to look at.
I can't believe
it's terrible. And then he, like...
I hate it.
Oh, right! I forgot! Thank you for reminding me. So Mark Mega Beaks is Mark Beaks inflation art. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
So we write down our title ideas on a document.
Yeah, and sometimes I think of ones ahead of time.
Yeah, and she's been making me read that for like months now.
Yes.
I hate it. And I always have to suffer.
The first title I came up with was Mark Beaks inflation art, and then I'm like, hey, Faby.
Did you read the title?
Did you read the titles? We probably won't use that.
No. And then iTunes will be like, get the fuck out of here. It already censored us when we said a motherfucking moon theme.
I know, that one's valid though.
Yeah, we said motherfucking.
He did. It's
valid. Anyway,
so he coughs up the Fentonium.
Yes.
And so they won.
Yeah, yay.
And we see the kids up top like, woo, like, they did it.
High five.
And then Huey almost falls, and he's like, I want to come down. Someone come down. Get me down right now. I'm done. I'm done with this. Come get me.
Because Heavy's like, Fenton did it, and without the suit, too. And he was like, of course he did it, because underneath the suit, Fenton is still, a noble hero, and he almost, steps out of
plummets.
So he's yelling, and Fenton's like, oh shit, the kids.
The kids. And he goes to Gandra, like, oh, Gandra, you have to get the kids, but she's gone.
Yeah. And we see that on the paddle is the formula that he's been trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And
because she solved it.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
I don't know
if it's real.
I don't know.
And he's like, oh,
he has a moment of like, huh? And then Huey's like, ready to come down now.
I love that.
Yeah. See, back at the lab. I don't know if it's the same day, night.
I think it
right?
is.
Because he's still in the
also that
in the suit. Yeah. Also, yeah. He didn't go to check on Gyro, I guess. You see Gyro climbing up onto the platform thing where all the lab stuff is, and he's like to Fenton, like, the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, because we see that Fenton's saying that, the Fentonium stabilizing.
Yeah.
And he's kind of looking at him, so he says oh, I'm just sciencing today, because Gyro's like, shouldn't you be out there?
Yeah.
Doing Gizmoduck stuff.
Yeah, and we see that he's able to harness the Fentonium to power a little bulb.
Yeah.
Which is cute.
Yeah.
He's seeing if it works, and the little bulb's like, fuck yeah!
I'm sorry that I call little bulb a little bitch.
I know we did. Well,
we did.
It was the first episode when he was a little bitch.
Yeah.
He tried to kill everyone. So you think that's valid.
But he's evolved.
He has.
I love it.
It's cute. And then, because Gyro actually looks kind of approving.
Yeah.
I've never seen him look at anything Fenton in the direction related to Fenton like that. I'm like, maybe he's becoming less of a douche.
Yeah. And then we pan out
to the rest of the destroyed lab.
So only the little island that they were on is fine. Everything else is completely destroyed. And he's like, what happened?
Because he was knocked out for all of the fucking Mega Beaks bullshit. So lucky for him.
You'd have to see that.
And it ends with that. Yeah. The lab in complete and utter disarray.
You. What do you think you're doing here? Shouldn't you be Gizmoducking around out there?
Not today. I'm needed here. Scientist at work.
What happened here?
So, it's a good episode.
Mm-hmm. So we had some points.
I had some points.
Yes.
So I guess spoilers. So I guess spoilers for the finale, because I kind of wanted to bring them up now.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna have more to say, obviously, during the finale.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we know Fowl exists.
Mm-hmm.
Fowl is a thing. They're lurking in the shadows.
Yes.
And Gandra is an agent of Fowl.
Mm-hmm.
And that's. We learned that here.
Yeah.
But we don't know that. We don't realize that. Because Beaks calls her Agent D.
Yeah. We thought at first it was just kind of like a nickname thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, he's being a spy. He's doing some spy. But no, which I assume also means that Mark Beaks works for Fowl.
Mm-hmm. Or that he at least knows how to contact Fowl.
Which also makes sense considering they would want Beaks. Because he was able to... Because, like we said, Beaks can be a threat, but he just kind of, he never follows through.
Yeah.
But just right off the bat, he can be a threat, so I think Fowl would be at least interested maybe in him, in recruiting him, or at least being associated with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and, we were saying, maybe he had her on,
Retainer.
A retainer, that's the word, yes. And, that, to me, proves my whole point of, her claims of being like an independent
completely,
scientist.
because we now know that she works for Fowl.
Yeah,
which completely blows all of her like self-aggrandizing, like, oh, I work for myself. It's all like bullshit.
Yeah,
that she's just telling herself.
Like, because she obviously doesn't like. Fowl can maybe offer her more freedom than other things, but she ultimately is going to respond to them and do what
and she's still
they
working
want.
for an evil agency who we see, obviously we know, wants to kill people. They want to kill Scrooge and his family. Like, I mean, and we don't know what they're behind already, what they've already done.
Yeah.
And just the fact that, her whole like, holier than thou bullshit is just that. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's really interesting. And like, oh my god, we got the reveal of her being an agent. I'm like, oh shit, that makes so much sense. And because her whole thing here is never, there's no conclusion. Like, she stays the same.
Yeah.
She doesn't learn anything.
She feels kind of bad, but it's only for Fenton.
Yes.
It's not for the whole situation.
The whole situation, like the fact that she was there to spy on him and trick him and all of that. And that she got 2 kids kidnapped.
Yeah.
That she, no hesitation, just knocking Gyro out.
Yeah.
Which, fair, actually. It's valid.
But yeah, like, it leaves her in a very, like, place.
It's interesting.
Which I like.
Yeah. We're definitely going to come back to that because she has no growth other than the fact that she starts to have a soft spot for Fenton.
Yeah.
That she does like him. And she does feel bad for... Personally. She does personally feel bad. Not for the whole situation, though. Not for working for Beaks in the first place or, doing something so bad. Yeah. Like, she never apologizes.
I mean, I'm interested to see, like, where they go with that.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's really interesting. Because he doesn't know she works for Fowl.
Yeah, no. As far as he knows, she's just working for Mark.
Yeah. So it's a whole other... No, she works for a much bigger evil organization. Which will be fun.
Yes.
And something else I wanted to bring up is the whole Gizmoduck he's getting tired. Because he had to fight... This is his 4th weather-based villain in a month. Like, he's constantly doing Gizmoduck stuff. He can't just be Fenton anymore. And I find that interesting that this episode came out right before the Darkwing Duck episode.
Yes.
So we get Gizmoduck. He's now a full-fledged hero. He's battling. He's even has to the point where he's, like I said, getting the same types of villains now. And so I think there's a point where, like, the fact that they introduced that whole subject, that he's not only a full-fledged hero, but one that's getting tired of doing all this on his own, is an indication that maybe we might be getting something like Justice Ducks.
Yes.
I mean, because we're getting Darkwing, and we're not sure if he's going to be St. Canard-based or Duckburg-based, because we haven't seen too much of him outside, just doing superhero stuff. Because with Moon Invasion, I'm just going to not count that, because he's going to be where the invasion's happening. Yeah. So we're not sure if he'll be St. Canard-based or Duckburg-based. And then Storkules, who is Duckburg-based.
Yes.
Because he lives in an apartment in Duckburg now. So I'm wondering if we are going to get something like Justice Ducks.
Yeah, because we were also saying, like, if you were to get, like, all the villains that we got introduced to in the Fowl...
In the finale, all of these villains, like...
Who do you pair up with who, is what we were saying.
Yeah.
And so it's like...
I think we'll get more into that in the finale.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. I'm very excited to talk about that. But yeah, so we have... So not even just kind of Fowl trying to soon to be a thing. It's just Fenton himself, like he's getting burnt out, just been doing everything on his own. Yeah, and then we're next episode introduced to a new hero. So I'm like, Justice Ducks, maybe. I hope. And that's all I got. I think we have some questions.
Yes.
Anonymous, who should they be?
Oh God. Who was in this episode?
The shadowy head figures of Fowl.
Okay.
Wait, what are they called? What are their names? The shadowy...
I don't know.
But they have a name. High Command.
Okay.
Shadowy High Command.
So...
A Fowl.
Yeah. Fowl's Shadowy High Command says... how did you guys feel about the reveal that Gandra was working with Mark Beaks? I'm a bit tired of seeing him in every single Gizmoduck episode, and I feel the episode would have been more enjoyable if she'd been trying to steal the tech for herself or for Fowl, and she and Fenton had just fought one of Gyro's inventions that went wrong. I thought Beaks stole her spotlight a bit, but I'm not sure if that was just me.
I think it would have been too soon to bring Fowl in.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing to bring in.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big thing. Especially considering we haven't seen anything of Shush. That's current.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think definitely saving Fowl for the finale was good because it was like, season 3, get ready to get fucked up because Fowl is here now.
Yeah.
so definitely a really good point to end season 3 on because season 3 is like, oh, we won, and it's like, nah, something worse is coming. So I think
we will see eventually maybe less of Mark and more of Fowl.
Yes.
But that's going to come obviously later. Yeah. Maybe like Gizmoduck thinking like, oh, you're working for Mark, like what does he want now? And like, you know, Gandra's gonna be like, no, like that's not who I'm working for now, or I have been working for.
And I think I mean it was, I think we can assume it was implied that she is at this point already an agent of Fowl with the whole Agent D thing.
Yeah.
And that Beaks, if he isn't an agent of Fowl himself, then he at least is associated with them. He knows who they are, which is interesting on its own.
Yeah, I love it.
But so I think the reveal did work because I mean, it works just setting up her character like just straight up. So it makes sense for her to be working for Fowl. So we see that her whole all of her talk is just talk. She will work for billionaires as long as she can get to do what she wants.
Yeah.
And so she'll work for, she doesn't care who she works for, as long as she gets her results.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and she'll talk to people who work for someone like Scrooge, other people when she's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it creates an interesting, like, setup for her character that will for sure be expanded on with her actually working for Fowl. Because it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I saw her and I'm like, shit, oh my god. Perfect.
I remember first watching it. I was watching it with my brother, so I literally paused and I was like, I turned to him and I was like, "Do you know who these people are?" And I like slideshow presentationed it to him. Like, you remember her, obviously. I'm like,
here, this person.
Yeah, here's that person. Here's that person.
Oh, that's really
good.
Like,
holy shit! Like, I love that reveal that she's there.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah. So I think it does make sense for her to be working for Beaks at first. Because it makes sense. I mean, who else would want to get to Gizmoduck like this?
Yeah.
It makes sense that it's Beaks. Because Beaks is this whole thing for him.
Yeah.
That, you know, all that. So, I mean, I hope this is the last time we see them, Beaks and Gizmoduck together again. Because, I mean, I would like to see Fenton, Gizmoduck facing off against other villains. Which, I mean, we can assume he will now.
Yeah.
With season 3. But I think it does make sense for him to start out with Beaks as a villain. Because Beaks is he's tech-based. Gizmoduck is a hero. So that means a lot of attention, a lot of spotlight, a lot of social media presence.
Yeah.
Which is Beaks' whole obsession. Because he's a huge narcissist.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for him to go after Gizmoduck specifically. Because people like him.
Yeah.
He has even before he becomes a thing, he wants to use Gizmoduck because he sees his potential.
Of becoming, like, an attention seeker.
And then to the point where he realized that, now Gizmoduck is more popular than me. I can have that. So now I'll be Gizmoduck.
Yeah.
And with this, he was what was his plan? Oh, so he get more popular.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that was his plan from the beginning because he goes off script.
I think he's just very like chaotic in the sense that, like, as long as he gets to fuck with Fenton, like, no matter what the plan is, like, he's down for just fucking up.
Because from who is Gizmoduck, he goes after Fenton in very personal ways, like the name thing, the microaggressions, calling by racist terms, the amigo, the chico, like all that stuff. Like. And making a point of doing it, like he knows what he's doing. It paints an interesting picture of what kind of character he is, and that he sucks. But like in that his like egomaniac thing is, I don't know, it's interesting because he's the worst, and he's like just this unstable tech billionaire guy who has all this technology at his disposal, and he's really dangerous with that. Yeah. Like, just him, he's nothing. Faby and I were talking about how he's literally nothing. If it was just him and Fenton, just straight up, Fenton would just beat his ass. Yeah. Like, just Fenton definitely could.
I mean, we see it
He happily would.
We see it later when he's supposed to, like, beat up Gyro.
Yes, but using tech.
But
then he's facing Launchpad. He's like, oh, fuck me. Nah. Because just him, he's a loser. He always is. But, like, just him, he can't do anything. But it's his tech that makes him dangerous. Like, we saw, this episode really established that he can be dangerous. He can be a threat.
Yeah. Maybe I'd like to see him more in Gyro.
Yeah.
More directly towards Gyro.
Because, like, more text kind of stuff between them. Because I'm like, Fenton, you just beat his ass. Just get rid of him. But yeah, so I think, I'll definitely want to see less him and Gizmoduck, Fenton, because I want to see more villains with Fenton.
Yeah.
God. So from Turtle Duck Dog, they ask, does Huey speaking in bad Italian accent end your Benzino Gasolini watch? I think Faby supports this. You're welcome. No, Turtle Duck Dog, it does not end our Gasolini watch.
Good.
No, because he wasn't here.
He was here in spirit.
No, there was no pizza, so that doesn't even fucking count. So no, it doesn't count.
Thank you for trying to get one for me.
Hate this. All my fucking watches, got Gandra, we got Feathery. A day later, I'll never be over that. We're like, Feathery watch. Next day, we're like, okay, next episode, okay, so we literally
got it.
They got us. They got us. They got us.
Asimov Fangirl
on Twitter
says, hi, do you think Fenton is going to start incorporating his own inventions to the Gizmoduck suit? I hadn't thought about it, and I would like him to.
Yeah, because I mean, give it to the pies, Fenton. Come on, man.
It comes up later, too.
What?
In the Moonvasion, the pie.
Yeah, they do, I know, they keep coming back. I'm done with the pies. Give him a gun.
The rage.
No, I mean, I know I'd like to see himself working on the suit.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that since Who is Gizmoduck? Because, I mean, the suit's, all good and working now.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to get more Gizmoduck episodes, so, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean,
I just want to see more Fenton.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we need more Fenton, and I still want to see more Gyro and Fenton interaction.
We have had nothing. This doesn't count. We had 2 fucking seconds.
Nods approvingly in his direction.
Yeah. It's like, damn it. Is that all we get? Damn. Is Gyro becoming a better person? I need to know this. I mean, he's still a bitch no matter what, but, is he at least being nicer to Fenton now? Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would like to see them interact. I don't think we said that Jamila voices Gandra, right?
Yes.
I hope we did.
Yes.
I'm saying it now, but
okay, yeah.
It was 2 hours ago, so who knows?
I immediately forget what we talk about. If we repeat stories, it's because we don't know what the fuck we said before.
I don't think we repeat anything. I didn't fucking hear about that fume hood thing till now, so.
I have lab tomorrow. I'll let you know what happened.
God. Alright, I think it's all for us?
Yes, I think so.
Alright, you can find us on Twitter at Amores Patos. That's where we post all of our shit.
Mm-hmm. You can also find us on Tumblr at Amores Patos Podcast at tumblr.com.
You can send us emails and shit at Amores Patos Podcast at gmail.com.
You can review us on iTunes.
Yes, we read our reviews on here.
Yes.
Aloud. Thank Michael at Disturbing Graffiti for our lovely cover art. And, saludos amigos.
Saludos amigos.